dry. Little pond, big fish. One shot, don't miss. Heard it like this before. Back to the dance floor.
Hey, you want to take a picture by the car?
No, thank you. Who are you talking to? Because I know it ain't me.
Tried it.
Girl. Oh, no, ma'am. No, sir. He's acting like we work for him. He ain't my boss.
Oh, mama don't even try to tell me what to do anymore. Since I've been 15 years old, I've been paying my own bills and doing my own taxes. So you need to relax.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. How are you doing this fine Wednesday, June 4th, 9:03 a.m.? Woo, I'm feeling a little better. Still not 100%. Shout out to the cousins. Livy said, hey, cousins, I clock in here like I'm getting paid. Yes, indeed. Got our little... I do love a bell. Okay. Yeah. So you need to relax. Exactly. Good morning. Okay. Shout out to the cousins in the chat. We're here to talk about the same thing we talk about every day. It is the Diddy trial. Yay. Okay. Let me put this up. Court is already in session. Oh, hold on. Let me put my little banner up. So who are we expecting today? We're expecting Frank Piazza, forensic video expert. Let me bring up the Diddy docket website because they got the witness list up and they got pictures. Oh, it's up here. Okay, hold on. Nice. Wow. Look at this website, y'all. Check the court calendar, review the case filings, read the case documents. This is incredible. Okay. What a fantastic resource. Okay. So where are we today? We're here. We just finished Derek Ferguson yesterday. Former chief financial officer of some of Diddy's businesses, Frank Piazza. This is look, he's got his little computer right here. He's doing a vocal analysis and the spectrogram or whatever. Spectrograph. I don't know what those things are called. I think it's a spectrograph. Anyway, he's the video expert that the government has brought on. Diddy has his own video expert, Connor McCourt, who during, Diddy's turn to put on his case, we're going to hear from that person. Now, this person is going to be Frank Piazza. He's going to be testifying to issues concerning the CNN footage. I mean, that's what I'm calling it, but it's like hotel footage from the Intercontinental Hotel. I was just turning my little heater on. Now, yesterday, Diddy had wanted to again object. Hold on one second. Let me send something. Diddy had wanted to object to this video being shown again. The judge is looks like he's letting it come in. Then there's Brianna. Brianna Bongolan. She goes by Bana. This person has also sued Diddy in her own right, and she has accused Diddy of dangling her over a 17th floor balcony. Cassie was there, but she was maybe in another room. I don't know. Whenever Diddy got there, he like bum rushed Bana and then dangled her over the balcony and then threw her into a table, allegedly, according to her lawsuit. So she's going to be testifying today as well. Now, I don't know how long these two are going to take. I don't know if someone else is going to come through in the middle. But then after that, expected to take the stand is Jane Doe. Some outlets have been reporting that Jane Doe isn't going to take the stand until Thursday, and today's Wednesday. But I don't know how these two right here are going to take all day. But again, I mean, they might, because you know how they get going with their little stupid sidebars and stuff. Stuff takes all dang day. So let me put my little things in order here. Inner City Press is already out here tweeting. United States versus Sean Combs, day 16. The video fight, so like the fight over the video, comes to head. Then victim witness Jane. Texts not to be shown? Question mark. 22 minutes ago, before the jury came in, what about the witnesses' conflicts with other romantic partners? Okay, this is interesting. The last one was with a colleague, not a girlfriend. Conflicts with other romantic partners. So they're talking about, maybe we'll get some more excuse me. Maybe we'll get some more context from the other sources, but the judge is asking about conflicts of interest that the witnesses have with other romantic partners. I don't exactly know what that means. I mean, I don't want to speculate about who victim 2 is for many reasons, and I would prefer nobody, and I am actually requesting and demanding nobody do that in my chat either. For that reason, I won't explain anything further. The last one was with a colleague. Note, none of this is in the docket, despite Inner City Press's filing and the judge's orders. Okay, thank you for letting us know that, Inner City Press. Matthew Russell Lee. His links are in the description box below. Okay, all right. I'm just reading ahead just to see what we're dealing with here, but Diddy's lawyer is trying to keep something in. Looks like the government's trying to keep it out. Look, Alexandra Shapiro says this is impeachment material. So I think this is impeachment material for Bana, where they're going to try to make Bana look like a liar or somebody untrustworthy. The judge said, wait, these are assaults under Rule 608B, right? Is that fair? So let me just refresh my recollection of what is Rule 608B. Okay, impeachment. A witness's character for truthfulness or untruthfulness. B, specific instances of conduct. So if you're introducing somebody's prior bad act to show that they are a liar, you can do so, even if otherwise it may be not allowed for some reason. The judge has to do a balancing test. B is specific instances of conduct. So it looks like they're trying to get in specific instances of Bana or Jane Doe, probably Bana, lying in the past. It's what they're trying to frame it as. Now, does that actually mean it is a lie in the past? No, no. They try to get anything in any kind of way they can. So, except for a criminal conviction under Rule 609, extrinsic evidence is not admissible to prove specific instances of a witness's conduct. You can also not introduce extrinsic evidence to attack or support the witness's character for truthfulness. But on cross-examination, meaning when Diddy's lawyers get up to ask questions, the court may allow this extrinsic evidence in, or to at least be inquired into if they are probative of the character of truthfulness or untruthfulness of the witness, or the character of a witness who's being testified about. So the truthfulness or untruthfulness of a witness can come up on cross-examination. This is based on the idea that in order for somebody to have a fair trial, they have to be able to defend themselves. And in order to defend yourself, it's helpful to show somebody talking about you right now as a bold-faced liar. It wouldn't be fair if you just couldn't ever mention people lying. That's where this rule comes in. By testifying on another matter, the witness doesn't waive privilege against self-incrimination or testimony that only relates to the witness's character of truthfulness. Okay, this is in case she tries to plead the fifth, I guess. Okay, so the judge is like, all right, so this is apparently assaults under Rule 608B, which is the character for truthfulness and stuff like that. She said no. Diddy's attorney said no, it's not 608B. We're happy to provide the proffer ex parte. It's difficult to explain the fact. Okay, so apparently there is a proffer agreement or a proffer being offered up somehow behind the scenes, a secret proffer. I don't know what it is. I don't know any more than you. All I'm doing is looking at it right here. The judge, though, kind of nips that in the bud and says ex parte. That means like to just show it only to the judge without showing it to anybody else. Judge said that's irregular. And then here's Inner City Press going, yeah, so are these super secret filings, which are letting those in. Alexandra Shapiro is still wanting to put naked Cassie Ventura in front of this jury. We want to put in album art for Cassie. Love a loser video. It shows she is engaged in business independent of Mr. Combs. You're going to ask, why do you need photos? The judge says, I was going to ask that. Why do I need a naked photo of Cassie for you to tell the jury that Cassie was working? She's already admitted that she was working. The judge said, I don't see the value. I do not see the probative value of these naked pictures of Cassie. Okay. Just too bad, so sad. Y'all aren't going to be able to humiliate her. Okay. In my courtroom. The defense is free to question the witness about the album if she wants. What about drugs? Shapiro says it shows the witness was taking K with Cassie. Okay. So either Bana or Jane Doe is going to be shown some type of picture, I guess, showing Cassie taking K with one of these witnesses. Witness Bana or witness Jane Doe. This picture is going to show the witness taking K with Cassie, and Diddy didn't like it. The assistant U.S. attorney said that's also inadmissible. The judge says, Mr. Combs says it's whack. That goes to his state of mind. It's admissible. So something about Diddy saying it's whack. Now, what is all this stuff? Who freaking knows? We're going to find out about it next week sometime. The judge doesn't think that the public has the right to know what is being talked about right now. Shocking to me. Shocking to me. It just keeps going on in this trial. I think it's preposterous. And that's not the only thing I think is preposterous going on in this trial. It did come to my attention, and I was able to confirm at least 2 YouTubers who did dox, in my opinion, it looks like doxing, who exposed the identity of Mia. I don't know if these are the 2 that the government was so mad about yesterday. One of them is DJ Academics, And one of them is Mitchell Reacts. Both of them used the full name of the Jane Doe, Mia, not Jane Doe. So this has brought to my attention, now I do know at least the name of the Mia, and this is because DJ Academics and Mitchell Reacts put it out in their videos. So I don't know if the government knows about this. Mitchell Reacts is in Canada, so I don't know if he even cares about the United States laws or following them, or if they even apply to him. I don't know, maybe the FBI or the Department of Homeland Security will do something about it. I'm not really sure. But if people are getting kicked out of courtrooms and banned from courtrooms over it, I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. Okay. Something about Diddy being whack. That was docketed at midnight. Let me see. Looks like Don Hughes stuff. Oh. The government writes to respectfully request that the court admit limited additional testimony from Dr. Don Hughes in response to arguments advanced forcefully and repeatedly by the defense during their cross-examination of Mia. For the reasons set forth below, the defendant's cross-examination of Mia opened the door to limited additional testimony to rebut the misleading arguments made to the jury about how victims react to abuse. Specifically, the government seeks to admit testimony from Dr. Hughes regarding the following limited concepts outlined in her expert notice. Although Dr. Hughes' testimony contained very limited testimony regarding forms of abuse and testimony about coping mechanisms, her testimony was constrained by the court's prior rulings and sustained objections during her direct examination. So what do they want to put in? Definitions of emotional and sexual abuse. These forms of abuse may together function to control the victim. These forms of abuse may create an environment of fear and obedience that impacts a victim's decision-making. So they're trying to get Dr. Hughes back on the stand? Wow, this is a long document. It's 9 pages. I don't really want to get into it right now, but I don't see, oh yeah, this right here. Anything more, Dr. Hughes. This was docketed at midnight. Okay. Defense has until Monday to respond to this. Is Dr. Hughes' second testimony about coercive control? Yes, under that recent decision. And of course, Inner City Press, the GOAT, has already written a whole book on this case that they're referencing. So there's a recent case, Ray, the United States versus Ray, a 2025 case. In the opinion, the circuit court affirmed the admission of Dr. Hughes' expert testimony regarding coercive control. The full opinion is attached as Exhibit A, specifically the Second Circuit in this. Wow, this is just now a case they're relying on from 2 days ago. 2 days ago. And it was 1 day ago when they submitted this. I might have to turn this light down. I'm just getting kind of like a headache. I'm getting a migraine. My bad. So just 2 days ago, the Second Circuit, is that this circuit, upheld Dr. Hughes doing a testimony. So the circuit court Specifically, the Second Circuit, in the opinion, rejected the notion that testimony regarding coercive control it was not outside the ken. Okay, so Diddy has said this is outside the knowledge of the average juror. Or not. It's common knowledge. Basically, it's common knowledge. Basically, Diddy has said this is common knowledge. Everybody knows how victims of abuse react to things. And that was Diddy's argument. Well, this court basically said 2 days ago, no, the Second Circuit in Ray, United States versus Ray. Specifically, they rejected the notion that this was common knowledge. They cited affirmatively to holdings in other circuits that had admitted similar testimony. This is the excerpt. Like expert testimony on the practices and operations of organized crime, narcotics dealers, and forced labor schemes, expert testimony regarding the general dynamics of sexual abuse, including coercive control tactics, is admissible under Rule 702. In the exercise of the court's discretion, when it provides jurors with information to assist them in evaluating and placing into perspective conduct that may be the result of complex interpersonal relationships that could be difficult for a jury to understand on its own. We join the other circuits that have held under similar circumstances. Methods of sexual abuse are a proper subject for expert testimony. Okay, so they're arguing about that in court right now. And they're saying Diddy and them have until Monday to respond to this argument about Dawn Hughes coming back. Okay, then the assistant U.S. attorney said, we're working on a different instruction before the testimony of Jane. Bana is going to plead the fifth, everybody. Breaking news. Bana will be the third witness to plead the fifth and be compelled to testify under immunity order. Ordered to testify, but she can't be prosecuted in federal court for any of her testimony. Now, we're working on a different instruction before the testimony of Jane. So the judge is going to give an instruction to the courtroom about outing Jane's identity publicly. She said, we're working on a different one. The judge said, just hand it up if you agree with it, and I'll read it. Let me just look at it. Does witness Brianna Bongalan need a Fifth Amendment immunity order? Yes. I'll ask our courtroom deputy to check on the jury. Okay, the jury was entering. Okay, so Bana will be testifying under an immunity order. So let me just tweet that. I forgot to do my tweets yesterday. Whew, okay. Jury comes in. First, the government wishes to enter some exhibits into evidence before the jury. So meaning in front of the jury, not before, because they're in. Quote, a search of Two Star Island by Homeland Security Investigations found this cell phone. The exhibits are excerpts of the data from the cell phone. The data shows Twitter exhibits and texts to D-Rock, who says, we in the security room. Owner. So owner of the phone. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Owner of the phone. What does Shorty say? Cass is calling studios looking for you. This is what D-Rock said. Owner, what did she say on the other thing? Act like I said I'm not effing with her. D-Rock said, okay. So this is instructions from P. Diddy to D-Rock. How to handle Cassie, how to navigate Cassie. D-Rock reaches out to Diddy and says, what does Shorty say? Cass is calling studio. So D-Rock reaches out to Diddy and says, Cassie's calling studios looking for you. And I guess owner is Diddy. What did she say on the other thing? Act like I said I'm not effing with her. And then D-Rock says, okay. So this is kind of showing that Diddy was using his enterprise to navigate his Cassie relationship. The owner said, how is Cassie's eye? D-Rock said, I told everyone a fight broke out in the club. She ain't tripping. She didn't tell anybody. I'm about to call you. Okay, then the judge said, thank you. The government may call its next witness. The government calls Frank Piazza. Frank Piazza comes in. He's sworn in. Where do you work? What a vague name of a company. Legal Audio and Video. All right. NBC has some updates for the day. Court is in session 46 minutes ago. This is NBCnews.com. 5 minutes ago, Brianna Bongolan, a Cassie Ventura friend, to testify with immunity. Hold on, I'm just trying to get this set up right. That ain't it. All right. Brianna Bongolan, a friend of Diddy's former girlfriend and a key government witness, invoked her Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination. The witness has been told she won't be prosecuted as long as she tells the truth on the stand, prosecutors said. It wasn't immediately clear what she could say that would put her into legal jeopardy, but she has alleged that Diddy dangled her over an apartment balcony during a previous altercation. Earlier this week, hotel security guard Eddie Garcia also invoked his Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination. It turned out he testified about helping Diddy secure a video of Diddy beating Cassie. 4 minutes ago, Frank Piazza, video expert, called to the stand. Court is in session and the government has called its first witness, a forensic video expert named Frank Piazza. Piazza was sworn in and took the stand. Let me see who else is live tweeting. Updating. Okay. Who else do I normally have? I have Washington Post, CNN, NBC, Independent. I think that's usually about it. We also have they haven't started yet. Okay. All right, let's check out Washington Post. Spectators and reporters are filing in. This is 41 minutes ago, Wesley Parnell, Washington Post. Spectators and reporters are filing into the courthouse for the 16th day of the Diddy trial. We are approaching the halfway mark and a trial expected to last 2 months. And local public interest remains strong. Drivers slow down when passing the courthouse, craning their necks out the windows of their cars to catch a glimpse of the phalanx of cameras and maybe a celebrity. 31 minutes ago, in a high-profile trial, nearly every piece of evidence and testimony is hashed out by the judge and lawyers before the jury sees it. And that's what's happening today, Wednesday, before the testimony kicks off. Diddy's lawyers want to send a letter to the judge that prosecution wouldn't be able to read. The defense wants to communicate with him directly about evidence that the prosecutors could use to undermine Combs, but the judge would not allow it. 3 minutes ago, Anne Brannigan. Woman Diddy allegedly dangled from balcony will get immunity for testimony. She has sworn in, but she won't be testifying immediately. Okay, so Brianna actually came in and sat on the stand and got sworn in and did the fifth. According to Anne Brannigan, because she has invoked her Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination while on the stand and needs to wait for the judge to grant an order of immunity in exchange for her honest testimony. She's a friend of star prosecution witness Cassie and has claimed that an enraged Diddy once dangled her off a high-rise balcony. Her testimony is expected to include accounts of illicit drug use. Okay, so she doesn't want to testify about maybe using the substances. This is at least the third government witness to get immunity for their testimony. The others were George Kaplan, a former personal assistant to Diddy, who talked about witnessing physical violence and fetching substances for Diddy. And then there was Eddie Garcia, the security worker who accepted $100,000 in cash for surveillance footage showing Diddy beating Cassie back in 2016. Okay, 44 minutes ago, the judge was on the bench, and the prosecutors and the defense were discussing the upcoming testimony of Bana. She'll testify under an immunity order. She was called to the stand. Oh, she's expected to be called to the stand today. She was brought into the courtroom to invoke her Fifth Amendment right. She'll testify under an immunity order like the other two guys did. She's going to go today after Frank Piazza, a forensic video and audio expert. The expert is now on the stand 7 minutes ago. Madison Smizer is questioning him for the government. He is a forensic audio and video expert. Okay. Have you ever testified in a trial before? He said, yeah, mostly in criminal matters, but I've also done some civil matters and I've also done depositions. Have you been qualified as an expert? He said, yes, 50 times. Okay. We move to qualify Mr. Piazza as an expert. The defense has no objection. The judge says, all right, this is an expert. This counts as an expert witness. So this is his 51st time, I guess. How many times have you worked for the Southern District of New York, like in this capacity, like for us? 50 or 100 times? And does that impact your testimony here today? He said, no, actually 75% of the work I do is for defendants. So you know how Dawn Hughes was like, I don't evaluate. Where's my? She was like, I don't evaluate offenders or whatever. I don't know what I did with that. Oh, here it is. I don't evaluate offenders. Well, this is the opposite. This guy's like 75% of my clients is defense. So like usually I am working on like the Diddy side of things. And that is probably why the defense had no objection. Because I would imagine at least some of these lawyers have used this guy before. Okay. Are you being paid for your testimony? Yes. What is your hourly rate? $295. And I think Dawn's was like $600. So $295. Yes. That's his rate. An hour. Let's check out the independent. Who's this? Oh, that's Doug Wigador coming into court. Who are the 12 jurors? 8 men and 4 women. They range in age from 30 years old to 74. They live across Manhattan, the Bronx, and neighboring Westchester County. The jurors hail from a broad variety of professions, which include an investment analyst, a massage therapist, and a physician's assistant. Several of the younger jurors said they listen to hip hop and R&B, genres aligned with Diddy. Some of them said they were familiar with the 2016 surveillance footage of Diddy assaulting Cassie. This is the Eddie Garcia. This is Derek. What was his last name? Ferguson. So this Frank Piazza's testimony is expected to focus on the 2016 surveillance footage of Diddy assaulting his girlfriend Cassie in an LA hotel. Okay. This is him right here. Gotta update your date right there. It's the 4th. Did Radar Online? They supposedly have live coverage. A whack job. Yeah, there's this clip about Diddy being a whack job. Recently resurfaced video shows Diddy verbally berating ex-girlfriend Cassie after an infamously poor performance in 2006. The discovery of the clip comes as the disgraced music mogul's ST trial developed into chaos yesterday. In the newly discovered video, Diddy sat next to Cassie after what many consider to be a disastrous performance on the BET show 106 in Park. As the clearly uncomfortable singer looked on, Diddy held nothing back. Cassie, right, he was saying, quote, Cassie right here, she had a whack show. She had a pretty whack show on BET. Cassie tried to flash a smile and an unconvincing laugh at the evaluation. Diddy went on. She did not perform at the level of the Bad Boy excellence, but at Bad Boy, we're with our artists through their growth periods. How humiliating. Through their bad shows and their good shows. Okay, where's the new surface clip? Where's the newly resurfaced clip, though? Because I tried watching this one, and this ain't it. This is just a related video. But this is something to do with the whack thing, because this morning they were arguing in court over, like, calling Diddy whack or calling him a whack job or something. I'm about to look up. Diddy berating Cassie after BET. You know TMZ's gonna have it. All right, let's see. Here it is. Got it.
Granted, she had a whack show, but she also got the hottest song in the clubs, and she ain't never gonna give up because she down with Bad Boy. Every show she'll keep getting better and better and better. That's what life is all about. So all you haters out there, kiss my all you friends and family, you know I love you guys. But anybody that's down with the Bad Boy family, they down with me for life, and we there for them. It's important that you know I ain't going to...
Anybody that's down with the Bad Boy family, it's always the family. If it's going to be, it's going to help the family. It's going to help Amanda. It's going to help the family. The Bad Boy family. We were like a family. I called her Mama Combs.
We're going to make sure.
Why can't somebody just want to help out their sister? Why can't there somebody just want to give your sister you haven't spoken to in a decade? Okay, G-Rock. Sure. Family. Right.
That next time you'll see her perform, that she gets better that time, and the next time, and the next time. That's life, boys and girls. Some days you do good, some days you do bad.
I mean, all this is true, but why does he have to make it like a public, like she did a whack shit?
I heard about a whole lot of criticisms online. I think
Why bring the criticisms up? You know who tells me about criticisms about me online? Nobody. I'm sure they're out there, but why would someone make a whole video? Like, imagine my husband, my fiance, rather. We're not married yet, but imagine my fiance. We sitting there, and he's like, you know, she had a shitty stream today. It sucked, but I saw a lot of hate. I saw a lot of hate online from y'all. F you. Like, why even do that? Why even say that? Like, call them bots and move on. Like, this feels like a humiliation party.
And to be honest, we agree with some of your criticisms. There's always room for improvement.
I don't agree with nobody's criticism of me. Y'all are wrong and I don't work for you.
We stick with our artists till they improve. She's a human being.
Okay. That was gross. I didn't like it. But I don't know what the whack thing is coming in for. There's something about the word whack coming in. Okay. So the next question is, you analyzed cell phone videos for this case and surveillance videos? He said, yes. Okay, let me show you. Here's a video of a toweled Diddy kicking Cassie on the ground. That is shown. What is the frame rate? Oh, what is a frame rate? What is a frame rate? It's how many frames show per second. It can cause a video to have more information per second. So like if you were able to slow down a video to its respective parts, it's just it's a series of pictures, and the pictures move at a certain rate, right? Or the pictures are captured at a certain rate. If you have an extremely high frame rate, you can slow it down a lot. It can be slow motion, but that's causing the camera to have to remember a lot more information. So that's what he means by it can have more information per second. Like you can have a 5-minute long video that has 100 gigabytes or whatever versus 1 gigabyte. And it has to do with how much information you're asking it to remember. I'm not an expert by any means at this stuff. That's just my understanding. Okay, and the next question, the cell phone video. The video of a video that was shot on an iPhone 6, 30 frames per second. It was not edited with, okay, he says this. This is him. This isn't a question. He says, this is a cell phone video. It's a video of a video. It was shot on an iPhone 6, 30 frames a second. It was not edited and it was not tampered with. That's what I found in my analysis. Did you reach a conclusion about the cell phone video? He said those are accurate. What about the surveillance videos? The expert said the surveillance videos had issues. There were issues there. So not the video of the video, the cell phone, right? The guard, the Ezreal Flores, he took a video of it and then to show his wife, and then eventually it was deleted. Not the cell phone video, but the actual video from the surveillance. And Frank Piazza is saying, actually, there were issues with this surveillance video footage that CNN got. Now we're going to read CNN's reporting and we'll see how CNN reports on these videos and what they say and stuff. Forensic video expert testifies he reviewed cell phone and surveillance video. He typically works with defense attorneys more often than prosecutors. He does not have knowledge of the case itself, but he reviewed cell phone video, surveillance footage, and he reviewed SEX videos. So this guy also looked at, I guess, some of the freak off tapes. Ugh, I don't envy him for that job. Ugh. 2 minutes ago, jury sees text messages of Diddy directing his security guard to stay on top of Cassie. Oh, where's the Rico? Where's the Rico? Oh, maybe it's right here. Maybe it's him using his employee to participate in the tracking down of Cassie Ventura. I don't know. We're going to have to see. I'm not an expert. Shout out to the people in the chat who were in. I did a live stream for members this morning. Get ready with me. Shout out to the people that were in there. It feels like a whole lifetime ago. I feel like I've been awake for hours. Oh, wait, I have. Okay. Before Frank Piazza, the forensic video expert, took the stand, the jury saw messages between Diddy and one of his security guards, D-Rock, from September 2015. In those, so this is a year before the Intercontinental, or like about 6 months or so, 8 months before the Intercontinental Hotel incident. In those messages, Diddy was directing D-Rock to talk to two people. A shorty he referred to as G. A shorty is a girl, right? Maybe Gina. And also directing D-Rock to talk to Cassie. Diddy told D-Rock what to say according to these messages, which were read out loud in court. In one message, Diddy told D-Rock to ask G if they're broken up. I guess that's Gina. Diddy told D-Rock to act like Diddy was serious and to inquire about what was happening. D-Rock responded and reported that she said Diddy didn't want to talk to her anymore, but she still wanted to see him. Okay, so to Cassie. All right, so to Gina, it's confusing what they're talking about. In one message, Combe told D-Rock to ask, I guess, Gina if they were broken up. Diddy told D-Rock to act like Diddy was serious and ask what was happening. D-Rock responded and said, she said, Diddy don't want to talk to me anymore, but I still want to see him. In other messages, Diddy asked what Cassie was doing and told D-Rock to stay on top of her. Okay. Just now, a forensic audio and video editor named Frank Piazza is on the stand, expected to testify to the validity of security camera footage that shows Diddy attacking Cassie in the hotel. The parties have debated the scope and format of the video evidence, which is key to the prosecution's case that Diddy picked people for sex. Testimony from a security guard yesterday alleged that Diddy went to great lengths to erase copies of the video, paying the guard and his coworkers $100,000 in cash to hand over the property, the video. We got another update. This is also Washington Post and Brannigan. Frank Piazza analyzed the Intercontinental assault video for the government, as well as videos of Diddy's freak-offs obtained by federal investigators. He said in his testimony this morning, as an expert in video forensics, he's being paid $295 an hour for his testimony. That's much less than the $600 an hour another expert witness, forensic psychologist Dawn Hughes, was paid for her time on the stand earlier in the trial. Legal audio and video. Okay. So he starts talking about the issues that he was having with the original surveillance video. The clock was set to play 30 frames a second, but this was 22 frames a second. So it actually played faster, and we had to account for that. How? Well, we counted the frames and we used a software to create to correct the timing. That way, the timing of the video added up with the original frames per second. Were these surveillance videos altered? No. So the frame per second thing, I guess, doesn't count as altering, as being altered, but it does make a difference. Because, like, one time I was recording audio on a certain frame rate and I was recording video on a certain frame rate, and it didn't line up. It didn't line up the audio and the video, like it was like distorted. And so I know it can cause issues, but like that's about all I know. Get to some of these. Thank you to Tom for the £2 super chat. Your stream and pink babbles. Can I be your UK hubby? No, unfortunately, I can only have one hubby, and he is for the whole entire world. He's my whole worldwide hubby. But shout out to you, and thank you for the $2 super chat. Thank you to Phoenix Black for the $2 super chat. What did Tasha K do? Oh, she said the name. Well, I mean, there was so many people in my chat yesterday who were claiming like certain people said the name, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't even know. I had to go and do some investigating on my own. Someone actually sent me a link to one of them. Actually, I didn't find neither one. Somebody told me about both of them. It was two different people. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Oh my God. Lord help me. You should go watch the first 20 minutes of Rotten Mango's newest video. She talks about the demons inside the court and Diddy knowing who she is. She said she had to move hotels to stay safe. I want to get into watching her videos, y'all. But I just am so maxed out. I just simply don't have time. And her videos are long, understandably, because she's like in the courtroom and she's got people in there and she's talking about it. But I'll see if I can carve out a 20 minutes and see the demons she's talking about. Thank you for the $9.99. It was really scary yesterday. That lady that was following Armand Wiggins around, I would have immediately gone straight to those cops. I mean, I would have just immediately walked straight to the cops. The Department of Homeland Security. I mean, there's just ridiculous. It was like harassment for real. Thanks so much to Carmen. And he was trying to get away from her too. Thanks so much to Carmen for the $4.99 super chat. DJ Wackademics needs to be held accountable for his actions for a change. I'm so sick of this dude. Listen, it's like rules for thee, not for me, you know. Thank you, Miss Tiffany, for the $4.99 super chat. Tasha K also exposed Mia's real name in a video. Wow. Not me. I didn't do that. I ain't doing it. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Shout out to Danique. Thank you for the €249 super sticker. I was considering that the YouTubers or women in court were paid. They could be, Savage. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I don't know if they're paid or not. Obviously, I don't have any access. I don't even know if those $20 shirt people were paid. I didn't see the bank statements. I just heard what they were alleging. And you got to remember, like, anybody could pay anybody to do anything too. So if somebody's getting paid, it doesn't necessarily mean the most obvious thing that you would first think. It could be other parties who maybe are trying to make it look like Diddy is paying these people. I don't know. I have no idea. Diddy, I'm sure, has like actual fans who actually like are crazy and insane. And that would make sense because like crazy and insane in the specific way that you would go and disrupt a court. I mean, look, listen, I'm crazy and insane in some ways, but not in that brand. I'm not that brand. Okay. But the brand of people that's crazy and insane in that brand of way, maybe, you know, would be Diddy fans. Maybe they're just doing it for free. Maybe he possessed them with a demon. I don't know. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Ashley, for the $4.99. TMZ edited. That isn't even the full clip. They edited out him going in on her and her trying to smile. He calls it whack more than that clip that's like defensive. Interesting. So they took out the worst parts. TMZ did. That doesn't surprise me. TMZ, Mark Garagos, Teeny Garagos. It's like obvious to me TMZ is on Diddy's side. If you ask me, in my opinion, the signs are all there in my opinion. Thanks so much to Zoe for gifting a membership. Shout out to Liberated Lioness. I love your energy. I've gotten softer just watching you. Yes, we have to be in our soft girl era. This boss babe era is over. I'm over it. I'm done with it. It's soft girl era. Okay. I would love to host you at one of my venues if you're ever in DC. What are the venues, girl? Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. I don't come to DC often, but I have been. Bunny is saying it's worth it to watch that first 20 minutes. Okay, I'll try to remember. In 3 lifetimes from now, when it's this afternoon and I'm done with this. Okay. All right, so we're back with this guy, Frank Piazza. Seems chill. And the last question we read was, were the surveillance videos altered? No. Okay. He says here, the video stream was corrupted. This has caused a distortion. Okay, so the distortion, is that in the whole file or just these small pieces? Piazza said the corruption exists in the video stream. There is a structure called a group of pictures, GOP. And he said, though, we do have predictive frames. You don't know this, but a static camera does not re-record a wall that doesn't move each second. It's just repeated. Only what moves is recorded. Okay, interesting. He's saying that this wall doesn't, like if there's a wall in the picture, it doesn't keep getting re-recorded over and over and over. It's only going to record when something moves. So if it's a little bug or a little puma running down the hall or someone running for their life, it would record that moving image. But apparently it doesn't re-record a wall that doesn't move each second. So the assistant U.S. attorney said, play the 55-second mark. And the video is shown, and it's the part where Diddy throws Cassie to the ground and kicks her. Right. I do remember that. It was a glitch. Remember it glitched? I'm not going to show the video on my channel because they don't let it be shown on YouTube anymore without taking action. But there is like a glitch right at the kick part. It's like something happens. And Diddy's lawyer is saying it's distorted. It's been tampered with. The forensic evidence guy said it hasn't been tampered with, but there is a distortion. And it's because of this group of pictures. However, it was not manually altered. He testified that the surveillance footage was not manually altered. He slowed the footage to real time because a technical file conversion process had inadvertently sped up the video. The jury is viewing the video for at least the 8th time since the trial began. Good. They need to watch it every day because they need to remember while Brian Steele is up here acting like nothing ever happened to anybody. NBC 5 minutes ago. Video shown. NBCnews.com, Adam Rice, Ying Fang, David Cayley. Video shown of Diddy beating Cassie, but it's not altered, the witness says. Primary task of this video expert appears to be authenticating the footage of Diddy beating Cassie in a LA hotel. And he's supposed to authenticate that it has not been altered. He said there are no anomalies in the disturbing footage shown of Diddy assaulting his then girlfriend Cassie at the hotel in 2016. Everybody's saying the same update. It has not been altered. Surveillance footage, not altered. He did testify that the video did have an issue with the frame rate being played faster than they thought. But this wasn't a manual altering. This was just a file conversion issue. And again, we don't know why CNN doesn't have the original, or who sent the original, or where it came from. Like, who is this video from? The government hasn't been able to figure it out. I mean, even the judge asked yesterday, why are we even worrying ourselves with this cell phone video footage? Like, where's the original, and how did CNN get it? How did CNN get something the government doesn't have? Did you use pixelation? Piazza said yes. And does the pixelation represent manipulation? Like, is there manipulation here? He said no. You can choose motion activity. At that point, the camera only turns on when there's motion, but it causes timestamp issues. Go back frame by frame. I want to point something out, Frank said. So it's his trial now, everybody. Move aside. Frank is on the scene. He says, this seems to be a collision of two issues. Look at the male sitting down. There appears to be a ghost of a person. The motion activity begins to sense that when we have motion. Now, the next frame, there's a full figure in the frame. Not full figure like plus size girl, but there's a full person there. It's not just a ghost. Now, I'm going to say it might have been a ghost. It might have been the demon that was clearly possessing the man. I mean, who's to say? But Frank is saying, no, it's not a ghost. It's the camera, the motion activity sensing that we have motion. Now, and I guess they go forward, there's a full figure in the frame. So like a full person, and it's not just a ghost. But look at him. He's like, go back, frame by frame. I want to point something out. I love this like brand of, I'm not gonna diagnose anybody, but some might say like, autism, us peoples that they call on the spectrum. I'm not saying Frank is, but I'm just saying, you devote your life to like frame by frame. Wait. I want to point something out. Go back one frame. Like, there's like a certain type of mind that can get into the details, I'll say, which I like. And, it's probably my cousin. All right. Just looking through our other sources. I still can't believe this trial isn't televised. I mean, it's pretty crazy that we can't just like see what's going on in there. Okay, nothing new there. So we'll just wait for another update. And y'all, just so you know, this ain't the brand of autism I have. Frame rates on the videos. I'm more like trying to get down into, I can appreciate it, but like, y'all know I'm trying to get down into, hold on, let me just give you a demonstration real quick. We'll go to the Diddy web, show you my type, my brand. This is kind of more what I'm working with. This is my type. This is what is this? Janoris Jenkins, Lou Taylor, and Jeff Fisher connection. Girl, what was that? Oh, this is off of the Big Joe Sherman web. Who is this? Ariel, Big Joe Sherman, Mark Laita, Tanea. She keeps coming up. Kim Kardashian. She was on the she was on the Go Visual mag, which is published by Rhymes and Dimes, in case y'all are curious. All kind of Joe Francis. Joe Francis, you know what else I need to add here is that video just went viral from 2017. Cassie and Diddy in Mexico On the URL, one of y'all showed me that it says Joe Francis at the end of it. So I need to put that URL up here. Tough News also exposed her real name. That's a shame. That's a shame. They wrong for that. How do I get where's my one I like? This is it. Oh, there we go. What else we got going on? Oh, this over here. Core Civic, Brentwood, Tennessee, Nancy Alcorn, Mercy Ministries, the secret meeting that changed rap music and destroyed a generation. Yeah, don't worry. I got it all. I got a lot of it. Not at all. I don't have it all. And Joe Sherman, Rhymes and Dimes, Diddy. Yeah. Jay-Z's up there. Then I got the media PR push from hell. I think that's my favorite web. I think my favorite web I made so far is this one. It's called Media PR Push from Hell. No, I want this. Yep. Gang's all here. Gang is all here. Celebrity B. Yep. Remember this? This is my favorite web that I made. Anyway, it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Anybody going on this show right here, or anybody having any one of these two idiots on their podcast, I'm immediately suspicious. Immediately. Even if I liked you before, you going on Nancy Grace. Nancy Mace is too. This man threatened me. Never forget. If anything happens to me, y'all, I'm not suicidal. I don't want to end my life. This one right here. Gang's all here. So that's the kind that I get into a little bit more than frame by frame rates. But yeah, let's go back to Inner City Press. What app is that called? It's in the it comes with Apple stuff. It's called Freeform. Thanks so much for the $2 super chat. I Heart Atlanta Homes. Atlanta, Georgia. Shout out to the Atlanta cousins. But you can have it on, if you got an iPhone, it's on iPhone. But I would suggest making your maps and your webs on your screen, because iPhone is like, you can't spread out good. It's like too narrow and tall. Gang's all here. Gang. Yeah, we need a Web is Webbing video. We have a whole playlist on BJ Investigates, Melody. It's called The Web. It's called The Web. Okay, let's see what's going on here. It's like a little bit dry, this testimony. I was trying to spice it up a little bit. Did you make a compilation? That's like where you compile a bunch of clips in a row and it plays as if it's one video. He said, yeah, I made it. You requested it. They're edited to track the movement of individuals inside the events. Does it have different camera angles? Yes. How did you show the changes? He said black screen. So he faded to black and then it faded back into the next scene. Just updating our other sources. 3 minutes ago, forensic video expert testifies surveillance footage was not manually altered. He testified that the timestamps in the surveillance footage do not always accurately reflect the actual time of day. The jury is viewing the video for at least the 8th time. So there's a timestamps issue. We have a new update from Washington Post. 2 new updates. This one's from Wesley Parnell 4 minutes ago. Frank Piazza said he helped correct investigators' copy of a 2016 video that showed Diddy attacking Cassie at a hotel in 2016. The expert, Piazza, said that the video he worked on was a cell phone recording of original security footage, and it had been sped up due to how it was exported. This is common, Piazza testified, and it did not indicate that anyone had tampered with the video. This is just common. The forensic specialist said he had restored the video to its original speed, but was not able to correct the distortions and the motion blurs because that has to do with the frame rate. Like, that's how fast it was captured. He testified that no one had doctored the video, which ties into the defense's claim that CNN aired a doctored version of the video that leaked last year. So Diddy was like saying like that video is doctored, and this guy's like, it hasn't been doctored. The frame rate was slightly sped up, but now it's been corrected. But Diddy's team could still argue that was possibly still intentional because it was an expert who knew that it would speed up in the exporting and didn't bother to fix it. Okay. Is this the compilation? Yes. Play the first 30 seconds. What is happening? He said, the male is running down the hallway. He throws her down, now drags her. What did the man just do? He said, dragging the woman and holding a bag. Remember when Puff said he didn't want Cassie doing K because it was whack? She couldn't remember the FOs. Yes, I do, Miss Gines. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I didn't remember that until your comment. But yeah, now I remember that they tried to bring in this text message proof or whatever of Diddy being like, no K, it's whack. I want you to remember it, or I want to be able to remember it, or whatever. Or was it her? Was it her saying it was, she wanted to, no, I think it was him. I think you're right. Yeah. Oh, concerts. Oh, shout out to you. Oh my God, that would be cute. Yes, slay. Wow. Thank you, Liberated Lioness. If there's any things going on at the concerts, I'll hit you up. Thanks so much for the $1.99 super chat. Thank you, the Damiano 3 for the $1.99 super sticker. Thank you, Natasha, for the $4.99. Britney Spears for Balenciaga. Ew, no thank you. I don't wear Balenciaga ever since I did that like kid photo shoot. That was too much for me. I don't think I ever wore it before then either, but it wasn't because I was like, no, I'm not. Not even Britney Spears can make me buy it. Sorry. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. It is very sus. Like, who's making these deals? Thank you for the shout out to Kit Kat for gifting a membership. They literally said timestamps altered yesterday. Yeah. Well, this guy did. Thank you, Ashley Bennett, for the $1.99 super chat. This guy is also agreeing. He's saying that the timestamps are not necessarily accurate. Shout out to Kim Casey for Justice for the $5 super chat. Thank you. Thank you. Been following you for a few months. Thank you for all your hard work. And you are so beautiful, by the way. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Shout out to Brittany. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I think Steele spending a day and a half talking about Mia's Instagram posts probably did make her easier to look up and then dox. And that is also probably another reason why he's going to hell. Probably so. Thank you for the $10. Thank you to Jenny. Shout out to you. Thank you for the $2 super sticker. Shout out to the mods in the chat. If you want to donate to the mods funds, those are linked in the description. Okay. What is Diddy holding, or what is the man holding? He said it appears to be a cell phone and it's glowing. All right, let's focus on what happens in the mirror. Play it. All right, what happened? He said the male picked up a small object, it appears to be a vase, and threw it across the room at the woman. 3 minutes ago, CNN.com, jury watches a compilation of video clips. At the government's request, forensic video expert Frank Piazza compiled video clips to track the movement of individuals inside the events. He inserted a black screen between clips to indicate when the camera angle or video clip changes. The jury is watching the compilation. Okay. 1 minute ago, we get a little legal analysis. Prosecution will need to help guide jury through timeline of events due to the scope of the case. Yeah, because it's like the timeline is all whack. It's all whacked up. It's like I gotta go. I need a timeline. Somebody, Kenneth. Shout out to Kenneth if he's in the chat. He sent me a timeline of stuff from a few days ago, like all the dates in the trial that were mentioned, and I'm gonna open that eventually. It's just like, oh man. I don't know where the time goes. When you're doing this all day, it's just like I don't have time to do anything else. Prosecution will need to help guide jury through the timeline of events due to the scope of the case. The scope of evidence presented by the prosecution in the racketeering conspiracy case against Diddy spans many years, which could become confusing for the jury to follow. This Sarah Krisoff, former U.S. prosecutor for the Southern District. She told CNN's Kate Bolduan, the prosecution charged Diddy with racketeering conspiracy so they could get all the evidence in and go way far back in time, and so that they could prove the conduct during a very wide span of time. The problem is that kind of confuses the jury. She noted the evidence being presented jumps through various points of time, so the government does need to draw up a timeline to help the jury. Yes, it does. They're not talking about an incident at this point. They're talking about an incident 10 years later, something 6 years before that. So at the end of the day, the government really is going to have to sort of draw a timeline for the jury here and explain the course of events, because this is the first time the jury is hearing all these things. It is going to be very hard for them to really follow the timeline here without some help, some more help from the government. Okay. Anne Brannigan, 8 minutes ago, Washington Post. The surveillance footage showing Diddy attacking Cassie has some pixelation issues, including when Cassie bends over to put a shoe on in front of the elevator. And then moments later, when Diddy grabs her and throws her to the ground. The pixelation does not indicate the video has been altered or doctored, forensic video expert Frank Piazza told the jury, but results from issues with corrupted video stream at the hotel. It's not doctored. It just results from issues with the corrupted video stream at the hotel. So the original would have probably had these corruptions in it too, I guess. Oklahoma outlaw says any tips that he receives for donating his time will go to help feed the abandoned cats he cares for. We also have diamonds. Link below. We have Monica, Simply Monica's. We also have Birmingham Leprechaun. Jane Doe said the diddler's superpower is getting out of tight situation with his trusty baby oil. Thank you to Miss Virgoat for the $1 super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to Ro for the $10. Been watching you for years, and I just want to thank you for doing this, but more so thank you for being an inspiration to me. Aw, thank you. I love your passion. Well, my strength cometh from the Lord, they say. I say. It must just be like boring testimony because it's like nothing's really happening. I don't know when Chef Jordan I don't know when Chef Jordan's going to take the stand. Some of the jury has been seen smiling and smirking at Brian. Well, maybe they looking forward to hanging out with him more in hell because that's where he's going. Oh, wow. Jill said they went to school with Jordan. Interesting. Did she go to CIA? I made a video on the CIA, the Culinary Institute of America. Interestingly, it has some actual CIA. Who's surprised? Anyway, go check that out. I That's the most recent tweet there. The CIA video was interesting. Martina said she doesn't understand why the video stuff matters. Well, it's because Diddy his team has made a huge deal that this footage was doctored. It makes him look bigger than he is. It makes him look faster and stronger than he is, et cetera, et cetera. And his theory of the case is he's like basically being set up by the government because, of discrimination and stuff. And this is the government basically saying, no, it's not doctored. Here's proof that it's not, just to kind of counteract what they know Diddy is going to argue and has already argued. Ms. Deb for Life said, KK has been mentioned a lot lately. I can only hope that they have her on the list to testify as well. I can only hope. I bet she gets called in as a Diddy witness. Before the video came out, Bootleg Critic said, before the video came out, he swore his innocence. And after the video, then he apologized. And now it's been tampered with. You see how that works? It's very interesting. Archer said the government is ridiculously thorough. They're going to be thorough. They got to be. Because any little tiny little loophole Diddy will find, or his lawyers will. Also, yeah, the security guard also recorded it on his phone. Carmen said, CIA actually tried to get me to come there, but the tuition was astronomical for a culinary degree. I ended up going to state college, but I didn't finish because I realized I didn't need a degree to be a chef. No, you don't. No, you don't. I think like the most useful thing is if you don't already know how to cook, they'll teach you how to cook something. But it's like the knife, like how to chop stuff up and like the technical skills, I think is like a really good thing from culinary school to learn. But I don't think they really be teaching people, like, if you don't know how to cook and you don't know what tastes good, like, I don't think it's going to help you to go to culinary school. It's kind of like hair school. I feel like some people are just good at doing hair even without going to school, but you like go and you learn the technicals. Yeah. Sometimes court cases are like just boring and sometimes they get exciting. I don't know if they're going to play his apology video. They might. Was Diddy's lame apology tampered with? It didn't happen. And then if it did happen, it wasn't me. And then if it did happen, it wasn't that bad. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Sounds like Lima. Just to learn. Lovely said most people that goes to hair school are still bad. It's true. It's true. Who leaked the video to the public before trial? I mean, during trial. I like the denial video. It's not a video. I thought it was just a post. Enough is enough. Thank you to Donna W for the $5 super chat. Heart your coverage. FYI, he still bought the video. Rico Suave. Rico Suave. That is funny. That was a song from the like 80s or 90s, right? I remember it. Thank you, Donna, for the $5 super chat. Lila's saying, yeah, she's coming in as a co-conspirator, most likely. Right, he bought the video, but it wasn't legit. Right, he's the one that got a copy of the video. Why he don't just share his copy with the government? Okay, so we got some more tweets here, at least one more. Okay, continue playing the video. The assistant U.S. attorney said, who is emerging now? He says, the female, that's Cassie, with a duffel, her luggage. Okay, now who's coming out of the room? Or now who's emerging? The security person. I'm assuming this is Israel Flores. Now Diddy walks away. What is he holding? Appears to be a cell phone. He puts the cell phone up to his ear. And you find these videos to be accurate? He said, yes. And this was all the footage I had. Okay, now let's turn to the SEX videos, the freak off videos. Plaintiff's exhibit or someone's exhibit 201, 202, 203, 204, 205, 206, 207, 208, 209, and 210. So we're looking at 10 videos. Let me clarify. These are under seal. These were recovered from the Frank Black user on a device provided to the United States by Cassie. So remember, there was that forensic device scientist guy. He went to the Apex school or whatever it was called or whatever. He testified that he had recovered some of the laptops from different things. One of the laptops wasn't working. One of the laptops wouldn't turn on. They were able to still get some data off of the hard drive, et cetera, et cetera. Remember that guy? Well, one of those laptops was like, it had a user on it, a user profile for the name of Frank Black. And when you go into the Frank Black user on this device provided, I think it was a laptop, maybe it was a phone, I don't know. There was a video. All of these 10 videos, freak off videos. So breaking news, they are playing or referencing. They are referencing the sealed freak off videos in court right now. This guy is going to be authenticating these videos so that the jury isn't like, oh, that's AI or something. You know, this guy's basically saying these are real videos. Do you find these to be accurate? Oh, wait, sorry. Yes. And this is all the videos I had. So now I'm going to turn your attention to the freak off videos. Videos number 201 through 210. These are enhanced versions of original videos created in 2012 and 2014. Mr. Piazza, what were you asked to do with the sexually explicit video? He said, I was asked to enhance the audio component. Okay. The assistant U.S. attorney says, we have admitted these 10 videos into evidence. They are under seal. No further questions. We have an update from CNN. Forensic video expert testifies video compilation reliably depicts hotel surveillance. The video compilation is finished. Forensic video expert Frank Piazza said the compilation used all the available footage that he had. He confirmed that none of the videos showed signs of tampering and that they were reliable depictions of what, oh man, excuse me. Whew. They were reliable depictions of what the hotel's surveillance system captured. Okay, the judge wants to take a break, and then that'll probably be like 10 minutes, and then they're going to come back and do cross-examination. We have a new update from NBC News. Adam Rice, Ying Fang, and David K. Lee, expert taking jurors through the video step by step. The witness, Piazza, is walking jurors through the video footage of Diddy's videotaped beating of Cassie at an LA hotel. He's confirming footage authenticity and walking the court through a version that he has stitched together, showing events as they appeared in chronological order. Minutes ago, Wesley Parnell, Washington Post, establishing the authenticity of the video showing Diddy beating Cassie at the Intercontinental Hotel. This is important. For why? Evidentiary reasons. But there is another effect at play in his testimony. As he answers the questions, the video is being played over and over and over and over again in front of the jury. And it's not the first time they've seen the video. But at the moment, they are watching frame by frame replays of the brutal assault. The Independent has an update as well. Forensic video expert takes jurors through surveillance footage for at least the 8th time since the start of the trial. The jurors are watching the surveillance footage of Diddy throwing Cassie to the ground and hitting her, this time in a compilation form created by Frank Piazza, the forensic video expert. Piazza explained to jurors how he used different angles from the cameras to cut the video into a longer format to see the event unfold. The infamous video shows Diddy throwing Cassie to the ground at the hotel, then kicking her. At one point, he throws a vase toward Cassie. Cassie previously testified that this incident occurred during a freak-off, and she was trying to leave. Are his children in court today? That is a good question. Oh my God. Foxy said, yeah, I went to culinary school and found myself teaching younger generation how to cook. Listen, Foxy, if you want to come teach me how to cook, I know how to cook about 5 things, girl. And they all just Louisiana stuff that takes forever to cook. I need to learn how to cook easy stuff that don't take a long time. That's fast. Can call the cross-examination now. Is this a video? Who is on the video? The video has been manipulated. Yeah, exactly. Cassandra West said, I would need therapy after being a juror. Do we know who gave the feds the video? Or was it on Diddy computer? I think they subpoenaed CNN for it. And then also they probably got it from Israel Garcia. Israel Flores. One of them is there, Lane said. Which one? KK was found through Paramount? I don't know about that. Is Jonathan Oddie going to testify? I don't know. I think they should. I got one, Monica. I got an air fryer. Okay, everybody that's volunteering the information they went to culinary school has a homework assignment to send me a recipe to my email, since y'all so proud. Just kidding. But kind of not. ThatSurpriseWitness@gmail.com. Is there audio to what video? I don't think so, Billy Jr. No. Oh, that's another thing too, Suzanne. I've been trying to be more like vegetarian leaning. I'm not purely a vegetarian because sometimes the girl just needs a little bit of a steak or something. But I have been trying to lean more, just like aware of at least where the meat I'm eating is coming from and stuff like that. I think the diddler just dropped. Oh my God, stop it. Same way my husband lives to cook. He's a chef, so I'm always happily cleaning up the kitchen. Yeah, Donna Cooper said, I heard somewhere Mark Garagos helped pick the jury. I also heard that. And the government was mad about it. They were saying that he should have to like, if he's going to be helping like this and being a lawyer, like he should have to file an appearance in the case. And if he's not going to file an appearance in the case, then he doesn't need to be acting like he's one of the lawyers, because he's out here not following the gag order, talking about the case on his podcast with Harvey Levin, his bestie, Anna. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I don't know if I have an Instant Pot. I do have a air fryer. I might have an Instant Pot actually. Do these hotels have the footage of people leaving the rooms? Yeah, it's only by motion. I know. I can cook a couple Punjabi things too. I can cook a couple, like 2 things. Like the sabji, actually just probably 1 thing, the sabji. But like I think you can make them like, you know, with any vegetable. So I can do maybe 2, potato and cauliflower. Oh, you have well, I don't know how to make Creole food. That's different than Cajun food. But send me the recipes anyway, because if you can do it, it's still home, you know, and all that. But girl, I don't know how to even make the Creole food, because that's when they're using the tomatoes and stuff. There's a lot of tomatoes. Creole food is red. It's orange and red. It looks red. But yeah, y'all send me the recipes. I made a gorgeous chicken and eggs fried rice the other day. Yum. Where do y'all hear this stuff? Adi is in court tomorrow. Oh, Adi is in court for his court tomorrow, you saying? Oh, we're going to have to cover that one too at the same time. I mean, Miss Deb for life, he might already segued into the adult industry. What was he doing with these tapes? You know, how many tapes did he have? Did he sell any of them? No, Lana, we don't know yet who KK is testifying for. Oh, no. Culinary school and chef in NOLA. Oh, my Lord. Come cook for me, Chef Matt. Ugh, New Orleans has the best food in the world. Followed closely by North India. New Orleans takes the cake. But I am biased. Callie Baby said he's never testifying because he has his own criminal case. Air fryer cake, y'all. Cooking here. This is where I cook. This is my kitchen, the Queen's Court. Thank you, Doree, for the $2 super chat. If you're wondering why we're not talking about Diddy's case, it's because they on a break. Okay, we got something, CNN.com. Forensic video expert testifies that he enhanced sexually explicit videos recovered from a laptop. He testified he enhanced 10 sex videos that were recovered from a laptop. You know, Frank Black is kicking himself over those videos getting recovered. The videos, originally recorded in 2012 and 2014, were recovered from the Frank Black user profile on the laptop. Prosecutor Madison Smizer said as she entered the videos into evidence under seal. Piazza also enhanced the audio on another sexually explicit video. Teeny Garagos is going to cross-examine in this one on the video expert. All right, let me see if the other sources have started today. Okay, we got Fox News. Sometimes they'll be putting in a detail that other ones are scared to put in. And who else? New York Post. Have they started up yet? Okay. We got 2 new sources here. And I want to continue to check this docket. Looks like that's the most recent thing, the one we already saw. Okay, let me pull this up. Oh, that would be good, Nicole. Vegetarian Afghan recipes. Yes. I need a pressure cooker. Whether it's the Instant Pot brand or not, you just need a pressure cooker. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, send me some crock pot ones, y'all. TMZ has always been a Diddy Brown noser. Yes, lentils. I don't have a Hush Puppies recipe. I just usually be using Jiffy with some sugar in it. All right. Anything interesting happened? No, we're on a break. Lie to me 101. Do we know how CNN got the video? No, we don't. I don't know who was we, but I certainly don't. Okay. Jury shown compilation video accurately depicted. This is just like a news source. Oh man. That's one of my. This is just a new source. This Fox News. Jury shown compilation video accurately depicting timeline of Diddy hotel attack on Cassie. He created a compilation of all 3 surveillance videos to show a timeline of events. He said he put the videos together in a way to track the movements of the violent outburst. One of the cell phone videos was also included in the timeline. He used a black screen between each time the camera changed. In the compilation video, Diddy was seen running out of the hallway and assaulting Cassie. He drug her out of the elevator area to the hallway while carrying a bag. She picked up a phone mounted to the wall and she was like, hello, hi. I would like to report a crime on the 6th floor. Can someone please come help me? Thank you. And I think Diddy saw her making the call. Okay. Anyway, at first, Diddy appeared to have nothing in his hand, but eventually he threw a cell phone. Oh, excuse me. No, but eventually a cell phone was visible. And later in the video, he picked up a vase and threw it toward Cassie. It's going to end up being important that there was a cell phone in his hand. Because who did he call? In the middle of the compilation video, Piazza used the cell phone video. The one that the Israel Flores took on his phone to show his wife. There was a zoom in the video, but Piazza clarified it was not done by him. He said it was done by the person who recorded the video. And that guy was talking about his shoes and stuff too. So that video does, I think, have some sound. Piazza said no video existed showing Diddy and Cassie walking from the elevator lobby to the hallway. The video skipped forward to show Diddy and Flores talking while Cassie walked down the hallway carrying the bag. Then the jury saw Flores inspecting the floor. Diddy can then be seen in the video either making or receiving a call. Piazza confirmed he put the videos in order. Okay, so then Diddy called somebody. I'm just updating everything. Usually the Washington Post will have something in here. Yeah, there we go. She's back to her black and white. She must have heard that I was praising the colors and was just couldn't be bothered. One thing I will say about Janice is at least she wears the same like really nice purse every day. I feel like a lot of times these really rich people are wearing like a different new designer purse every single time you see them. It just starts to make me feel like they're not real purses. I know they have enough money, but like it just feels so much more real and true that like she's been wearing this same, what is it, Gucci, Chanel, whatever, this same chain bag every single day and them same sunglasses. And you know what? I can't blame her. I mean, I've been having the same sunglasses for like 2 years, year and a half, maybe. Sean Combs' mother, Janice Combs, is back again Wednesday, but she's with her black and white. I wish she would get back to the colors. I'm not sure about this wig either. I like the one that's short, the little spunky one, like that's like straight. The drag queens called it a pussycat wig. I like that one. And she had the black hat on. That was probably her best look, since this is also now a fashion show. It was Cassie's phone. Lady loves to travel. He took it. I know. And then it's off to the side. The same black pants, too. Who has the time to switch out bags every day? Not me. Kutcher is a huge disappointment. I thought he was doing good. Huh. I don't know anything about him. Applause for the mods. Wig cam. Hello, everyone. I remember Flores saying that when you go outside, security was there and she called an Uber. Yeah, she did. Who's CC? That's Cassie Combs. Mimi Lightseer. PIC's Tarot. I'm trying to tell you, I ain't switching my suitcase every day either. Nope. It's a suitcase. You got to bring it around with you everywhere you go. And it's like I become attached to it. I don't know. I'm kind of like starting, and now I consider myself to be in my auntie era. Like we're the age now. We're the aunties at the party. We're the auntie uncles. We're not the kids anymore, even though, you know, it feels like maybe we are. I definitely am the cool auntie. But like since my auntie era has fully started when I was 33, I think it's like stuff's starting to make sense now that like I used to be like, that's so lame. Like I kind of like it that like my purse got like worn down on the straps. Like the middle leather part where I hold it a lot is like dark. And then it's like a patina. It's like that means I got a lot of use out of it and it's real or whatever. You know what I mean? Don't forget the applesauce on the Diddler burger. Okay, I won't. Everyone I know, KB says, has a quick pot and nobody uses it. I know, pretty girl. She should have popped off with a teal. Rosemary, don't do her that. Don't do that. Listen, she has a lot of money is all I'm saying. Good morning, Hampton. They're on a break. Oh, CC, Capricorn Clark. Oh, shoot. Now I forgot the question somebody asked. I'm still feeling a little under the weather. Charles Seta, thank you so much for the $3.99 super sticker. How do y'all keep sunglasses for 2 years? Well, you got to buy nice ones. Oh, you mean you lose yours? Yeah, I mean, that will happen. No, I don't have a hard copy of the webs. I don't even think I can make them in a hard copy. Thank you to Donna for the $10. Thank you to Main and Mine for the 20 DKK. I want Jonathan Oddie. Me too. You and the rest of us. Shout out to Erica becoming a member. If you were a member this morning, you got to have a Get Ready With Me live. I am too, Kara. I'm very interested to see who the defense brings in. Stop, Rosemary King. King, stop it. Oh, somebody said, don't they rent those? Some of them probably do. Okay, we got an update from CNN, what they saying. Jury is back. Frank Piazza still on the stand. Oh, man. Okay, let's go to, nope, let's see. No. Did we go to New York Post? Oh, they late today. They only got the one. The stories they put in these sidebars, girl. What? Jury is back from break. Okay, they're back. Tina Garagos, what is your understanding of the source of the surveillance videos? Frank Piazza said, the native system, whatever that means. Next question, how did these videos come into your possession? He said they were exported and transcoded. Okay, so cross-examination is underway. Do not dox, contact, or harass anyone mentioned in the live stream. Yes, thank you. No, nothing's wrong with my camera from over here. Maybe it's the internet. What's going on with the camera? Bonafide said, is there a mystery female testifying today? Oh, it's blurry. Hold on, let me try this. The feed's looking better. It might just be my internet. Yeah, so there is going to be a mystery female testifying. Yes. But it is Jane Doe, and we don't know who it is. She may be testifying today, but she may not come up until tomorrow. It's going to depend on how the rest of the day goes. But also, we got to get through Bana today. Okay. Nicole, it's going in and out. It could be the YouTube server because it was tripping yesterday too. Thank you, Nicole. So it's coming in and out. It's not blurry. It's just the internet. Okay. All right, cool. So I'm just going to keep on keeping on. Teeny is asking a question I want to know, or getting to something I want to know, which is where did the videos originally come from? Like, how did CNN get the videos? That's what I want to know. I know I'm a little bit darker today. I had to turn the light down because I'm fighting off a headache. Okay. We get 2 more tweets. This is Diddy's lawyers asking these questions. Who gave the surveillance video to you? The U.S. Attorney's Office. Who gave it to them? That's what I want to know. He said, I don't know. Did you say it was from a cheap system? Frank said, I don't think I said that. Fine, let me show you your notes. So she's showing this like refresh recollection. And then the assistant U.S. attorney is like, this is only for the witness. The judge said, yeah, only the witness is seeing this. So you called it cheap? He says, I don't know when this document was created. I don't know what you're showing me. I don't know what this is. I have no idea what you're talking about, Teeny. I did not call it cheap. But you thought the system was cheap? He said, I guess in a way. Okay, let me play you Exhibit 10-C-103. That was the last tweet. We waiting for the next one. I'm refreshing everything else though. "32 seconds ago, 30 something seconds ago, forensic video expert enhanced sexually explicit videos for Diddy trial. He enhanced some of the videos, according to his testimony, shown a stipulation between the parties regarding the enhanced videos given to the government. Only the jury saw the sex video as it was entered into evidence under seal. Frank Piazza confirmed he was asked to enhance the sound on one sexually explicit video. Forensic video expert explains the inaccurate timestamps. This is 33 minutes ago. Let me see if like Mirror or Independent. Oh, we have the Independent up. Okay. We do have some updates from there. Forensic video expert claims that none of the videos showed signs of tampering. He testified he enhanced 10 sex videos from laptop Cassie turned over to the government. The videos, originally recorded in 2012 and 2014, were recovered from a user profile called Frank Black. Piazza also tells the court he enhanced the audio of a separate sexually explicit video. So there's another video, I guess, that's going to be coming in. Another sex video. I don't know who that's of, who that's with, who that's at. Okay. So Teeny Garagos says, are there 2 minutes of this video not shown? He said, well, this is my corrected version, but there are a few issues that we cannot correct. The system is buffering for some of the time. It's the system itself. So like the original video is probably just corrupted. Also, some portions of the video, some of the cameras that caught these things were motion activated. So they weren't going to start recording until there was motion. And that creates a few, issues of its own. Defense begins, this is independent.com. Defense begins cross-examination of forensic video expert. Teeny Garagos, one of Diddy's defense attorneys, has begun the cross-examination of Frank Piazza, the forensic video expert that the government has brought on. Garagos is questioning where Piazza obtained the surveillance footage from, and she's questioning its quality. We're here. This is Frank Piazza. Doesn't appear that we've gotten any in-court sketches quite yet. Boom. I never did. Birdie TV said, did we ever find out who the YouTubers or media or whatever that got kicked out? I think it was like 4 people maybe. I didn't hear any official reportings on who exactly it was. The feds, the government did say that they were going to submit some type of proposed something in writing for the judge to consider. So we can go and check out if anything's been filed. I doubt it. But to my knowledge, I don't know who's been banned. Just 3 more weeks to go. Hopefully, before the verdict is in. Guava Berry said, "We're very clear that we didn't catch Diddy whooping on Cassie in 4K, but we can still see what happened." Exactly. Exactly. Nothing new here either. Let's play the apology. I'm just waiting for the next tweet. The last one was Teeny Garagos saying, "There's 2 minutes not shown." He said, "Yeah, this is my corrected version, but there's a few issues that we just can't correct. The system's buffering some of that time, and some of the portions were motion activated." Just now, we get another update from Anne Brannigan, Washington Post. A security worker's straightforward story of Diddy's $100,000 payoff. There hasn't been much about the case that's unambiguous. Witnesses have testified that they idolized Diddy, even as he repeatedly abused them. Cassie, whose accounts of being coerced to have relations with prostitutes are central to the government's ST case against Diddy, sent texts appearing to express enthusiasm for the freak-offs. But that's why Eddie Garcia's straightforward and largely uncontested testimony Tuesday speaks out. He was working security at the Intercontinental Hotel in 2016 on the day Diddy attacked Cassie. He recounted being approached multiple times by Diddy's chief of staff, then by Diddy himself as they tried to obtain security footage of the attack. Diddy referred to him as Eddie, my angel. Garcia recounted on the stand, he kept repeating that I sounded like a good guy and he believed I could help him. Garcia testified that after his supervisor agreed to give Diddy the video in exchange for money, Garcia met with Diddy and received $100,000 in cash from a brown paper bag. The jury viewed contracts. Now, where did these come from? How did the government find these NDAs? That Garcia had signed for Diddy, avowing that no other copies of the video existed and that he wouldn't disclose their deal. Diddy's defense did not challenge this account during cross-examination, focusing instead on a paragraph from the contract that suggested that Garcia could go to law enforcement if he wanted. Garcia said on the stand he didn't actually read the contract, but in their opening arguments, the defense, Diddy's lawyers, had acknowledged that Diddy paid Garcia money, but they argued that it was solely related to preventing bad publicity for both Diddy and Cassie. Other government witnesses have testified that they felt coerced or forced to do things Diddy wanted under the threat of violence or threats to their careers and livelihoods. The defense has countered much of this testimony by claiming the events didn't happen as witnesses described, or that witnesses had their own reasons for participating in potentially illegal behavior. For the government, Garcia's testimony was straightforward. A straightforward tale of Combs exerting his money and influence to hide his crimes and protect his reputation. According to that Washington Post thing I just read. Sorry if thread is glitching. The Inner City Press is like, I'm not limiting comments. Boo. I'm aiming not to limit comments. I'm enjoying them too much. Plus, I very much understand people's frustration when they can't comment or speak. The last question is still this thing about why are there two things not shown? There must be some technical stuff going on because nobody's saying anything. I don't remember them saying KK had a picture of an NDA on her phone. What I remember them saying is KK had a phone recovered from her and there was pictures of IDs on the phone. And there was picture of, and there was Eddie, my angel, and Eddie, my angel friend, Intercontinental or something. Jessa has a theory. And Jessa said that video came from Diageo. I believe Deborah Crew. She was a military intelligence officer. That is crazy. I mean, that's a theory. I hope they do show his enough post and his apology video, more of his social media manipulating and campaigning. True. You're so right, Name Twin. Thank you so much, Wendy, for the $4.99. Let's play Follow the Leader. Yeah, I don't know where y'all are following me. Am I the leader? I don't know. Oh, maybe no. Wendy's the leader, so you got to follow her and do a super chat. Thank you for the $4.99. Yeah, what is brother love? What is that about? Yep, there is court this morning, Windhorse. Red Sea Customs. I think they should have the jury more balanced between men and women. 8 and 4 seems like a big difference. Yeah. I can't even believe they're allowed to show freak off videos. They're not, Janine, they're not showing them. The freak off videos that if they show any at all will only be seen by the jury and the parties. I don't even think Diddy can see them. They're going to turn off the lawyers' screens too. So I don't think anybody can see them except the jury, maybe the judge. Yeah, I don't know who it was that got banned from the court. I do know Academics did expose Mia's identity, and I do know Mitchell Reacts, also did state her name and put her face in a thumbnail, which I think is not allowed. I don't know why that was allowed and why his video didn't get removed or anything, but anyway. Next question. Finally got the next question. Let's again play the male coming into the elevator bank. The timestamps are jumping around, aren't they? On the video, Cassie is being kicked on the ground. He said, yeah, it's constantly playing catch up. Okay, let's play ahead. We're at 11:11 and 28 seconds. So they're going through like these tedious frame by frame, jump by jump. And this guy is saying this has not been altered. I don't really know what, like I already told you how the timestamps work, Teeny. 3 minutes ago, CNN.com, video expert says he got surveillance footage from prosecutors, but he doesn't know where they got it. He received it from prosecutors. He said he didn't know where they got it in the first place. Footage of SEX acts filed under seal. The prosecution filed into evidence under seal 10 videos involving Cassie. The footage was dated between 2012 and 2014 and came from a user profile marked Frank Black. I did start watching American Gangster last night. It is a long movie and it became my bedtime, so I didn't finish it. But Diddy really wants to be Frank Lucas. Am I right? Like, even the freaking coat. Have y'all seen that? coat, you know, the infamous Frank Lucas coat, the thing that like put this like Harlem kingpin on the map of the feds or whatever, was that he wore this fur coat to a Muhammad Ali fight. It was this right here. Look. So that's him, right? And then he was like normally like a little lower profile, but then he had this like chinchilla coat that was like $50,000 or something. And it kind of was like, wait, he has such good seats at this fight. He was sitting right by these like crime family people or whatever, these Italian crime family. And it was like a $50,000 coat with the matching hat. Like it was just like, oh, she got white nails too with her Marlboro red. She's funny. They're funny. Anyway, so he ended up getting in a lot of trouble or whatever. But Diddy's dad was supposedly like running in the same circles as this Frank Lucas guy. And look at this picture of Diddy in this fur coat. Where is it? Look at him. Hold on. Look at that. A, B, A, B. Now y'all are going to say, it's just a chinchilla coat. Sure, but so is that. So is that. So is that. Like there's a lot of ways to wear a puffy, you know, no pun intended coat and it don't look like this is an iconic, very specific moment in time. Okay. And anyway, that's what I've gathered from the movie so far is Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs thinks he is Frank Lucas and wants to be Frank Lucas. Oh, I blocked somebody. Oh my God, this is so tedious. Reading people's comments. Yeah, I'll play the video again, defense for the jury. Nikki B said, Garagos, it happened, and no one compromised the video. Move on. We're beating a dead horse, grasping. Okay. Next question. The female, it's Cassie, picks up the house phone. Then there's some sort of cut. Can you explain? He said, can you go back up and go frame by frame? Sure, but is the male separated from her? He said, yes, the bag dropped, triggered it. A 10-second difference? I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about in here, y'all. We're going to have to wait for the details, queens. Maybe they saying something. Who's that? Oh, Diddy's publicist. She ain't gonna miss a day. She gets in there and she talks to that media girl. Look at her. Earning her money. She ain't wearing black and white though. She's got the colors on. I don't know if this Fashion Nova outfit was like really the way to go for federal court, but to be fair, I mean, you run out of clothes if you go in every day. Yeah, brought to you by Fashion Nova, I'm sure. Anyway. Is that, who is that? Oh, Christy Slavic. It's just nothing's happening. Nat said, I worked on Fifth Avenue, New York City in the late 90s, and Diddy and J-Lo both showed up in our store wearing fur coats. J-Lo had the bandana, too. They were so rude. Ugh. That sounds like a nightmare. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I mean, I'm not knocking Fashion Nova in and of itself, but you should probably do some research on like who owns it and how they're linked in with possibly the rest of these people. Carly said the publicist is going to be there till that check bounce. Akidina said, timestamps don't stop Diddy's foot from kicking Cassie's blank. I agree. I know it is a fashion show. It is a fashion show. I'm going to try to, I don't think you're allowed to record the hearings. So definitely don't do that. But I think we should be able to cover both because, I mean, that happens where, I mean, unless it's like a fast moving day, because today it's so slow. J-Lo needs to be on a stand, Kayla said. Brittany said, I'm knocking him. I don't care. Frank Lucas wasn't the boss of Diddy's daddy. He was part of a different crew. But wasn't he like linked in somehow with the Frank Lucas? Like he knew Frank Lucas, right? Like didn't he say Diddy would have even been around Frank Lucas growing up? Or I'm thinking of somebody different. And it was like Huey somebody, Frank Lucas, somebody else. Because it's just like, anything else. There's like turfs. Court fashion is essential. Below the Surface said, wow, I also worked on Fifth Avenue in a high-end store. And in the same time, I saw J-Lo and Diddy. Separate times. Diddy was calm. J-Lo was rude. Grilling me, looking me up and down. Ew. Frank was a supplier. I don't know what he was now because I don't watch American Gangster, so I don't know what part of it is real. Yeah, Huey Newton. Yeah. I don't think that anything's going to be left. Shout out to JL. Love your coverage every day. Adi has never shown up to a single hearing. Don't think he'll show up tomorrow. He has. He has shown up to, I think, 1 or 2. But usually he's not there. And you can't see him. They all wanted to be Frank Lucas. So Diddy still want to be. Still wants to be. Academic snitching on himself. Self-snitching. It moved to 2024, I think, Livy. 2004 to 2024, I think. That's not very Jenny from the block of her. No. No. She has problems. She kind of freaks me out. Nothing. What is Teeny even doing? Just playing the video over and over for the jury for fun? Colby said they should bring Valletta Wallace. Is that Biggie's mom? On the stand to testify how Biggie was leaving Bad Boy shortly before his unaliving. I wish this trial would turn into being about Biggie, but who's going to be? Edie's going to be at Adi's hearing. I don't want people saying her Odie because that's not how. No, if it was Odie, it would have 1D. Okay, that's not how English works. Now, maybe this is not an English last name, but when you got 2 letters together between 2 vowels, then the vowel at the front makes a short sound. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. Like Iggy is Iggy. Who is Diddy's real mom? Oh, I thought it was Janice. Tyrone Taylor said Diddy's dad was supposedly the driver of Frank Lucas. That's true. Oh, they got all the lore in here. Stop self-snitching. Biggie's mom's actually passed away. Oh, yeah, they saying she passed. So who's Valletta? They can't bring her on the stand. She's no longer with us. Violetta. She passed everybody. Miss Wallace has passed. Okay, I got it. Got it. Rest in peace. Got it. Thanks so much, Jersey Girl, for the $1.99. Violetta Wallace has passed away. Nobody's going to be getting her on the stand, y'all. Nikki Barnes. Yeah, that was the other one. He was Atlantic City, right? Or no, he was in New York. I'm not really up to speed on all my gangsters. Sorry. Got a CNN update. Golly, I'm ready for this guy's stuff to be over. Like, I'm seeing stars out here. Forensic expert explains motion activated cameras only update timestamps with distinct movement. Tina Garagos is reviewing the surveillance video clips, focusing on time codes that jump instead of advancing second by second. Like, she's too stupid to understand that the timestamps correspond to when the video started recording. She described the time code changes with phrases like jump and missing time, suggesting it almost appears as if the video's time was, quote, cut. But the forensic video expert explained that motion triggers a timestamp change in this system. Although a person might be visible in the frame, the motion-activated cameras do not update the timestamp until the person moves, Piazza said. It's like, seems like he's probably just having to explain it to her like she's stupid, because that's the only thing that could explain it taking this dang long. I mean, it's like 10 minutes between each freaking tweet. Golly. Hopefully we get something except just a picture of a clown when I refresh the nope. Clowns as far as the eye can see. Just clown, 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 clown. During cross-examination, a forensic video expert admitted that the surveillance footage of Diddy attacking Cassie could have been recorded on a, quote, cheap system. Teeny Garagos, of course, like people that are born rich, gotta make, if it's cheap, it's bad. Okay. Miss Silver Spoon in her mouth, Miss Daughter of a Celebrity Nepotism land lawyer, wanna say, isn't it true the system was cheap? Like, girl, that thing could have been recorded on a Nintendo Wii. That thing could have been recorded on a 2-megapixel Sony Cybershot from 2004. And we could have still seen the Puma Predator running down the hall and kicking somebody. Okay. Regardless if it's cheap. He explained the videos were that suit she wore when it was raining the other day, that was white and it was raining. That was cheap. Since we're talking about cheap stuff. The expert claimed the source is in the native system. He explained the videos were exported and transcoded at some point. According to Piazza, the cell phone video corroborates the surveillance video. Teeny Garagos, Mark Garagos' daughter, and basically I think her godfather might even be freaking Harvey Levin. She asked if Piazza researched the system, which the defense attorney labeled cheap. She showed the forensic video expert a document to refresh his memory, and he replied, I guess possibly it could be cheap. Programming note. He said, even I lost track of the thread for some time. I kept reverting to on the ground an hour ago. Now resuming, but this needs to be fixed. Let's watch it again. So, okay, so now Teeny Garagos 1 minute ago. Let's watch it again. Did we just jump? Who's we? They love royal we. Who's we? Who's we? Did we just jump about 10 seconds on the timestamp? Piazza's like, yeah. I bet Diddy has the original and he's going to show that there's like a 10 seconds missing. Thanks so much, Mary. Shout out to Mary Quinlan. Thank you for the $9.99 super sticker. Thanks so much, Morgan, for the $2 or £2, excuse me, £2 super chat. You're amazing at what you do. Honestly, love your feed. Thank you. Shout out to Boy Mama for the $1.99 super chat. Thanks so much for the $1.99 super chat. Shout out to the German cousins in the chat. I worked on Fifth Avenue. I already read that one. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, Nat, for the $4.99. Thank you, LTD, for the $4.99 super chat. Cousin. Oh, Mark Garagos can't be a lawyer on the case because he worked on the Audi settlement. That is what they say. That is what they say. I don't know. I wasn't there, but that's what Jonathan Audi said. From the Neurospicy Creole cousins in Beverly Hills. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Creoles in Beverly Hills is probably funny. Thanks so much to Courtney for the $3 super sticker. Pure Beauty said, I worked last night. One eye open. Kardashians and Harvey are partners in ownership of TMZ. Kardashians. Are you sure? I've never been able to actually confirm that the Kardashians are part owners, but I have heard that rumor before. Yeah, I heard this rumor too. Lola Land said, I am so over this forensic witness. Like, what difference does it make? We have eyes. We saw he kicked her. Doesn't matter if they missed 10 seconds. Doesn't matter if it's not in 4K. No, I don't think it matters. I think that I understand why they had him on earlier, but now it's like, thanks so much, Norma, for the $1 super chats. Yeah, what exactly? Moon said, okay, let's say there is 10 seconds missing. What's it supposed to show? Did he having a change of heart? Him having a mood swing in 10 seconds and go and beat her again more? Kel on Earth said, thank you for the $5 super chat. She said, are those 10 seconds going to show him taking a bow because it was all a scene? If not, then what's the point? Exactly. Thanks so much for the $5. Now they're just going to keep showing the video to desensitize the jury. I agree, Jody. I think it's time. Shell said the same thing. Shell D said, it's like the defense is trying to take the shock out of the video by repeatedly asking it to be played. It makes a person become desensitized. That, yep, a couple of y'all are saying that. Yep. Time for the Costco lawyer to quit. This one ain't even the Costco lawyer. This is Teeny. There's a 5-second offset between the two cameras. That's what you just showed. So the guy's like, you're not playing the same time. You're playing two different things from two different cameras. She goes, okay, fine. The female picks up the phone and the male walks away. Start it again, please. Is this him walking away? Yes. And then Teeny's like, okay, play more. And we'll wait 10 minutes for another tweet. I'm ready for him to update something than this clown. We have a new update from the independent.com. Defense attorney questions timestamps and surveillance footage. Diddy's lawyer is questioning the forensic video expert about the integrity of the 2016 Intercontinental footage that shows Diddy throwing Cassie to the ground and kicking her. Garagos, Mark Garagos' daughter, so the daughter of the person who Jonathan Audi alleges negotiated the settlement with him. Garagos is asking Piazza to explain why the timestamps in the footage jump, as if the video was cut. He explains that the timestamp change is triggered by motion. The motion-activated cameras only update when they detect motion. 3 minutes ago, Fox News, Diddy's defense highlights missing time in 2016 hotel attack surveillance video. Defense team spent time during cross-examination highlighting missing time in the video. Diddy can be seen in the video attacking Cassie in the elevator lobby of the hotel. Cassie previously testified that she was attempting to escape a freak-off, and then Diddy became violent. During Frank Piazza's testimony, the defense played the surveillance footage showing the timestamps jumping around. The video expert claimed the frames were counted in each second. Some only have a couple of frames, but the system corrects itself and catches up. The jury was shown the video from 11:11:57 to 11:12:08. So like literally 1 second of video, frame by frame, to observe the timestamp in the video. Cassie is on the phone attached to the wall in the elevator lobby. There are 10 seconds of missing time. Piazza explained that is not uncommon. This is common for a security system to have sensitivity of motion activation guide, whether it's triggered or not. He said if there's motion, the timestamp will change. According to Piazza, Cassie in the corner and Diddy just standing is not considered moving. So Cassie just standing there and Diddy just standing there is not going to trigger the motion sensors. He claimed the timestamp didn't change until there was a distinct motion. So they just stood there frozen for 10 seconds. She was on the phone and he was in the corner. Next question. Did you see this translucent or ghost-like figure in the cell phone video as well as the surveillance video? He said no. The cell phone video was not high quality enough. The iPhone 6 was not high quality enough to capture it. So it's not there. No, it's not. Can we get something that's not a clown? No, we're forced to look at the clown. Oh my God. So now it was a ghost. The ghost made Diddy do it. It was a demon. I know, me too, Ella. I'm falling asleep too. Jamila said, I wish they honed in more on the video showing he was kidnapping Cassie essentially. I know. This is reminding you of the Kenika J video. Oh yeah, where it glitches and there's a ghost. The video of, yeah, is you talking about the one where she goes back to the block and she's like, I used to live here. And the guy's like, who are you? Vic said, oh, so Diddy paid $100,000 for a cheap, corrupted ghost tape? Yeah, exactly. And thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Why don't they compare Diddy's copy to the iPhone copy? I don't think Diddy is claiming to have a copy. I don't think Diddy is claiming to have a copy. They got to be stalling at this point, Jim said. It's like an hour away from the lunchtime time, and they still just going with this. Oh, my Lord. The defense is dragging this out because they don't want Jane Doe on the stand for too long. They know she has a flight next week and needs to be done. It's in their best interest to keep her off the stand. Interesting. I bet you they're going to still try and act like they need to cross-examine her for 4 days so she misses her flight. They're going to try. I feel like they're going to do that. Thank you, Sarah, for the $9.99 super chats. What's happening? Something big appears to be happening. Feels like they stalling, girl. Scooby Diddy Doo. Yeah, they're going to get the Ouija board out next. The devilish stare, the ghost in the frame. I want to see the ghost. Yeah, Diddy had bought $100,000. Imagine you pay $100,000 for something, then you lose it. This is stalling. This stalling stuff is exactly why people don't come forward. Exactly. It's all a game. Our lives are not games. And this does feel like they're just trying to like abuse people on the stand at this point. Biggie's mom passed, but she could not stand Diddy. Well, that makes 3 of us, girl. Diddy already admitted it himself in the video apology. Exactly. I will be back. Go and make a sandwich. Annabelle doll in the corner. Yeah, Annabelle was floating across the scene. About to call up the paranormal files to request an investigation into the ghost in the video. I don't know. Tasha said the judge is probably going to call up the next witness before they go to the lunch break. I mean, sorry. The judge is going to probably call lunch before they go to the next witness. He has been not doing that. But however, it depends how long they go with this. Has Annabelle doll been found? Apparently it was missing. I hope that voodoo auntie got her, who was saying, "Go to hell, Annabelle. I rebuke." And she was spraying water. Go to hell, Annabelle. Hopefully they got her. And they did what needs to be done with her once and for all. I mean, I guess technically speaking, legally, that's someone's property. It shouldn't be stolen. That's, I don't want to encourage that. But I'm assuming that it was Annabelle. She apparitioned out of there because she's haunted. I rebuke. Rebuke. Wait, hold on. I didn't put it down good, so it messed it up. Okay, we got to update here. Security video getting extended look by jurors, NBCnews.com. Piazza's testimony might be coming across as highly technical and tedious as lawyers go moment by moment through the security footage. Yeah, it does feel tedious. And I don't know if it's like making me feel worse or I just already don't feel good or what. It does feel tedious. The rather dry testimony, though, has led to a cumulative impact of jurors having to sit through an extended look at Diddy's brutal beating of Cassie on March 5th in LA. While Diddy's defense and opening statements did concede that he is prone to out-of-control temper tantrums, this kind of reminder might not be helpful to his cause. And remember, Teeny Garagos, Mark Garagos' daughter, said, I'm honored and proud to represent Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs. It's an honor. It's an honor to represent this man who's beats women and is guilty of domestic abuse. Honorable thing to do. Who they talking about the ghost? I guess I can retweet. Oh, wait, no, I wanted to do this. Undo repost. Let me do a quote. Breaking. Mysterious ghost apparition keeps appearing in Diddy trial testimony. Da, 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 da. It is an honor to earn this dollar. Thank you, Allison Hoover, for the $2 super chat. Title for new song: A Clown is Acting Up. Yes. Please don't hate me for this question, but if the defense is already saying he's a horrible person and this isn't about DV, why are they concentrating so much on this video? I don't know who you're asking. Thank you, Kat Yo, for the $19.99 super chat. I don't know who you mean they. Why is the defense concentrating so much on this video? Because their theory of the case, one of them, depends on it looking like Diddy's being set up. Like someone's just trying to set Diddy up. They're just trying to ruin Diddy's career. They're just trying to hurt this powerful man. And everything was consensual. So if they can show or at least put doubt into the juror's mind that, you know, somebody sent this doctored up video in of him, then maybe that would help, you know, their theory of the case of like, no, he's not guilty. This is all a setup. I think that's probably why they focusing on it. If you asking me. Otherwise, I mean, I've wondered, are his lawyers working against him? Like, why would they keep focusing so much on this? She should have said no further questions, because they have their own whole entire guy coming to do all of this, like video analysis, and he's apparently going to be saying that the video could be doctored. So, Denise said, yeah, it was a ghost. It was a sign saying this is going to come back and haunt you. He paid $100,000 for the footage, but yeah, it's a setup. They are crazy. Yeah, where's his footage? Where's his footage? Oh, Tina said that was a lie. Annabelle was never missing. It was fake news. It was a djinn. Y'all, it is like 10 minutes between tweets. Video expert, less than a minute ago, CNN.com. Video expert explains why surveillance cameras don't all have matching timestamps. Like, I mean, we're not even in the court and we already know this. The video used footage from a few surveillance cameras that showed different angles of the incident. Teeny Garagos pointed out the surveillance cameras don't all have the same timestamps. But they do catch up. Like, they end up catching up with each other. Frank Piazza testified that the cameras were not linked to the same internal clock, but he said it was still able to sync the footage based on the overlapping events. They're forcing this clown on us, y'all. They are forcing the clown on me. The missing part was a hoax, but she was on tour, and now she's back where she should be. I mean, I think she needs to be in hell. I mean, they need to get rid of that thing. My microwave, Jenna said, okay, my microwave and stove showed different times, so what? They need to wrap this up. It does appear that she is stalling. Maybe they don't want Jane Doe on the stand today. Or maybe Teeny really thinks they got something. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Teeny really thinks she's on to something and she's got a gotcha. Okay, thanks so much for coming. We have no further questions. Okay, so Miss Smizer comes back up. She says, yeah, so these cameras are 5 minutes off. He said, my notes told me there was a 5-minute, 55-second difference. And another one was offset 5 seconds. There's fives all over the place. There was a 5-minute, 55-second difference between two, and another one was offset by only just merely 5 seconds. So he is saying, yes, these timestamps are off. Yes, the timestamps, whatever. I don't know what the relevance of it is other than just like, if it's like very far apart, like if there's like 40 minutes apart or something, okay. Tish said, if Diddy gets on the stand, I hope they pull up the apology video and ask him, is this you apologizing for viciously beating Cassie? Ayasha Loya Fine Arts said they're stalling, but it's because that makes those lawyers money, right? Because money makes those lawyers run slow on purpose. Number of Venus is 5. How do they know the time difference of the video unless they have another video to compare it to? They do, Samantha. There's several videos from different angles. Every time we think they have a gotcha moment, it's just a flop and nothing is happening. Wasting time, and most are pleading the fifth too. Somebody said there's the Grim Reaper out there. I'm gonna have to look at it off my channel because I don't want to play that video on my channel. I work at a law office. These people charge insane hourly rates. Thanks so much to Tom for the £2. Thanks for your coverage. Love your energy like everyone else. Shout out to you. Thank you, Tom. Kayla said the jury must be bored out of their mind. It's hard to tell because sometimes, like, when we're bored, the jury is like getting their life. Like, they're like loving every second of it and smiling and having a great day. What video are you talking about? The video of the video of Diddy like beating Cassie in the hall at the hotel. Tequila said, I think they're working against him. Asking for a mistrial just puts more money in their pockets while he's still in jail. Anything could be a setup for a mistrial, Loretta, but I don't know. The psychics are, Gerald, they are all saying that Kim Porter is on the case and she cannot rest until the case is done. Never been so happy to see no further questions, CQ2 said. Let's see if the judge sends him off to lunch now. Okay. Oh, wait. There's more question. Hold on. Oh, real surprised they're going to have a sidebar. We need to start a bingo card. Somebody make me a bingo card. Sidebar needs to be the one in the middle. Instead of bonus, it needs sidebar. Somebody make me a Diddy bingo card. Do these videos, the next question or the last question for the guy. Do these, and this is the redirect. This is from the government. Do these videos reliably and accurately depict what happened? He said, yes. Judge says, you can go. Before the next witness, I would like a sidebar. 2 new updates. Forensic video expert off the stand. Can we? I need a cleansing sip. Okay. Less than a minute ago, CNN.com, surveillance video from 2016 hotel altercation reliably depicted what happened, video expert says. Forensic video expert Frank Piazza confirmed again that he believes the security videos that captured the 2016 hotel altercation between Diddy and Cassie reliably depicted what happened on that day. They're having a sidebar. Let's check out the Diddy docket. No. Nothing new there. Let's see what's going on here. Diddy's family does continue to support disgraced music mogul in court. This is a picture from yesterday, though, I think. Diddy's family continued to show up and in support of the disgraced music mogul today. Justin Combs, Diddy's oldest son with Misa Hilton, was seen arriving to the courthouse to listen to testimony on the 16th day of the rapper's trial. Misa Hilton previously admitted she was triggered when she saw the video of from 2016 showing Diddy abusing Cassie. I am heartbroken that Cassie must relive the horror of her abuse, and my heart goes out to her. Hilton shared on Instagram with 2 photos, including all 7 of Diddy's children. I know exactly how she feels, and through my empathy, it has triggered my own trauma. Diddy's mother, Janice Combs, was also seen entering the courthouse. She previously defended her son in a statement to Fox News Digital. It's heartbreaking to see my son judged, not for the truth. Well, what about this video, Janice? I guess that's not the truth either, even though it's on video. But for a narrative created out of lies, to be clear, to bear witness to what seems like a public lynching of my son before he has had the opportunity to prove his innocence. Well, are they trying to prove it right now, girl? And it's not helping him. I don't believe it's helping him, not one bit. In my opinion. Okay, the government calls Brianna Bongolan. Here she is, Bana. What do you work in? She said fashion design. What did Diddy do to you? Held me over a 17th story balcony. So we're on to Bana. Wednesday, June 4th, 11:53 a.m. This is the witness that was held over the balcony. Brianna Bongolan takes the stand. Madison Smizer is questioning her for the government. We have a new update from NBC News. Brianna Bongolan taking the witness stand. The government called Cassie's friend Brianna. She goes by Bana. Earlier today, she cited her Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination, and prosecutors have said that she won't be prosecuted for anything she testifies as long as she tells the truth, but she can't lie. Oh, that's still the most recent thing. Yeah, let's get right to it, Diddy Docket said. Brianna Bongolan alleged in 2016, so the same year as the Intercontinental Hotel incident, Diddy allegedly groped her, dangled her over the 17th story balcony, and then slammed her onto a patio furniture at Cassie's LA apartment. Cassie testified 2 weeks ago, recounting the same violence in that same incident, and she described it, and it also was described in Bana's lawsuit. According to the lawsuit, the 2016 assault happened after Diddy stormed into Cassie's apartment in a rage. Excuse me. Groped Bongolan and hoisted her over the balcony railing while shouting, "Do you know what the beep you did?" Cassie screamed for him to stop, and Diddy eventually pulled Bana back, only to slam her onto patio furniture. Do you have any side effects or after effects from that incident? She said, yep, night terrors. I wake up in my sleep. Question, who is this? It's Cassie, my friend. I met her in 2013 at Young and Reckless, the streetwear company. Then at Diamond Designs. Young and Reckless didn't he have that as a Capricorn Clark or somebody worked with him on that? Ayasha Loya Fine Arts said, Diddy currently has almost 70 lawsuits against him. These lawsuits can trigger future federal investigations and charges, much like the Cassie lawsuit did. Uh-oh. I wonder if that's going to happen. Why are streamers giving out Mia's name? I don't know, because I didn't do that over here. Shout out to Life Lessons and Lions becoming a member. Livy said, finally, we're done with the forensics. We're going to be doing them again, though, girl. They're going to be doing them again whenever Connor McCourt comes back. Young and Reckless was Cassie's project, Carmen Menendez said. Not to mention, it's a grip slip away from unaliving. Right, right. Isn't it interesting that Diddy doesn't fight dudes, only women? Oh, that's interesting. Gary, I don't know if that's true. Garagos is pregnant? Oh my God, just making more babies have to go to hell? Jesus Lord. I hope that one isn't like its grandpa and its mom. Thanks so much, Soul, becoming a member. Shout out to you. Shout out to Donna for the $10 super chat. Donna said, I think it's wrong that they let Mark Garagos pick the jury or help at all. He is one of the lawyers' dad, and he's friends with Diddy. He even said so. Also, hey, from Wilmington, North Carolina. Shout out to the North Carolina cousins in the chat. Thank you. My name doesn't matter for the $2.99 super sticker. Shout out to Renee Deb. It's Kim Porter's ghost coming for Diddy. Just thank you for the $2 super chat. Thank you, Tina. Bailey for the $4 super sticker. Thank you. My name doesn't matter for the $1.99. Why can't they at least allow live audio from the courtroom? I don't know. We would hear white noise half the day, though. Shout out to you. Thank you for the $1.99. Shout out to Pandora Cirque Gaming becoming a member and New Life Lessons. Thank you, Giselle, for the $3.99 super sticker. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to North Carolina. How would you describe, next question, this is the assistant U.S. attorney. How would you describe Cassie's relationship with Diddy? Bana said, volatile. I did not want to meet him right away. I had seen a black eye. She begged me to meet him. Did you do design work for Diddy? She said a little. And where did Diddy live? She said, I think in like Beverly Hills. Objection, Your Honor. Speculation. Because she like doesn't know. She's like, I think, I don't know. Okay, new question. Do you know the name of the street? Yeah, Mapleton. 200 South Mapleton. That's where he lived. How's that for speculation, Nicole? We got a new update from CNN 1 minute ago. Bongolan testifies Diddy held her over a 17-story balcony in 2016. Hold on a second. Okay. Bongolan testifies Diddy held her over a 17-story balcony in 2016. Assistant U.S. Attorney Madison Smizer asked Brianna Bongolan about an altercation she had with Diddy in September 2016. I was held over a 17-story balcony, she said. She said then Diddy, quote, threw her onto the balcony furniture. Bongolan testified she sustained injuries from the altercation. I had a bruise on the back of my leg and back and neck pain. Quote, I have night terrors and paranoia and scream in my sleep at times. Bad when you can't sleep. Okay. We got a new update from NBCnews.com. Adam Rice, Ying Fang, and Doha Madani. Bongolan says she had night terrors after Diddy allegedly dangled her from a balcony. She testified that Diddy held her over a 17th-story balcony in 2016 before throwing her onto the balcony's furniture. The mental effects of the assault left her with night terrors, she told the court. She added that there were times where she would scream in her sleep. Cassie also mentioned the balcony incident without naming Bana in her 2023 lawsuit against Diddy. Cassie also testified about the incident in this trial while on the witness stand last month. We have finally a new update after this clown on Washington Post, but it was from 14 minutes ago. How to miss that? Diddy's defense lawyers have questioned Frank Piazza for roughly 45 minutes. So they questioned this expert for 45 freaking minutes. Concerning the video that shows Diddy attacking Cassie at an LA hotel. It's unclear how effective the tactic has been. They asked the forensic witness incredibly detailed questions, ranging from pixelation on the video to asking him to narrate frame by frame sequences. They haven't contested anything Piazza has said. He's a government witness. Instead, the video is just being played over and over multiple times in front of the jury. The intended effect could be that the jurors wind up desensitized, or this could backfire and sear the images of Diddy attacking Cassie onto their collective memories. We have a new update from CNN. Bana testifies she was hesitant to meet Diddy after seeing Cassie with a black eye. Brianna, who's also known as Bana, described Cassie as one of her close friends and said they're still friends to this day. She and Cassie worked together at a streetwear company called Diamond Supply Company in 2014-2015. And that's whenever they became friends. When Bana said Cassie was in a relationship with Diddy when she first met Cassie, but she didn't meet Diddy for like a year after knowing Cassie. Quote, I wasn't really fond of what I was seeing. So I wasn't really wanting to meet him, Bongolin said. She said she had seen Cassie with a black eye before and had seen Cassie upset while on the phone with Diddy. She said she finally agreed to meet Diddy after Cassie begged her to meet Diddy. She didn't want to meet him. She was like, girl, I don't want to be around him. Okay. Did you do design work for Diddy? Yeah, a little. And where did Diddy live? 200 South Mapleton. Okay. And what did you do with Cassie? She said, substances. And we would go shopping. We would hang out with Deontay Nash and others. Is this a photo of you and Cassie shopping? Yes. In April 2016. So this is the month after the Intercontinental Hotel incident. Okay. The month and very next month, April 2016. Diddy texted Cassie and asked where she was. And Cassie sent a list of everywhere we had been. Had you or Cassie told Diddy where you were? No. How did that make you feel? Like, oh my God, he knows where we've been? Wait. Oh, he sent a list. Puff texted Cassie, asked where she was, and he sent a list of where we had been. So he was watching her, pinging her across the world. Had you or Cassie told Diddy where you were? No. How did it make you feel? And then, of course, Nicole Westmoreland is like, no, objection. You are not allowed to ask this witness how she felt. She's not allowed to talk about how she felt. The judge is like, Nicole, relax, sit down. You can answer the question. How did you feel? She said, I felt like, oh my God, he knows where we've been. Where would you sleep? At Cassie's apartment. She said, I would sleep on the couch or out on the balcony. Sleep on the balcony? 17th floor, I'd be scared. But maybe open the door and like the balcony can be in view. I'll go on it, but after I'm on a balcony so long, I don't want to be there much longer. These tall ones. Okay. Where would you sleep when you went to Cassie's? She said, I would sleep on the couch or on the balcony. Did Diddy ever come over? Yes. Did he come over? Yes. He banged on the door and then he came in. Do you know how he came in? She said, I don't know. He was upset. He threw a knife in Cassie's direction and she threw it back. Girl. And he left swiftly. Were you doing substances? She said, I don't remember. Could have been. Possibly. Just updating our other sources here. This is the Independent. They updated 2 minutes ago. Okay. Oh, we finally get a picture of the video expert. This is him right here. Forensic video expert testified that the surveillance footage depicted the incident accurately under the redirect before leaving the stand on Wednesday. That's him right there. Look at Diddy wiping his head looking at that video. Oh, he looks mad. Look how they drew the wrinkles with the white crayon. Look at the judge. He looks mad too. 13 minutes ago, next witness, Brianna Bongolin, a friend of Cassie, has taken the stand. Previously alleged Diddy hung her over a 17-story balcony. She has signed an immunity deal to testify. So she had to be forced to testify, and she was offered immunity. Nine minutes ago, we get more information about those night terrors. On the stand, she told prosecutors that the incident left her with night terrors. I have night terrors and paranoia, and I scream in my sleep at times. She's friends with Ventura, and they met in 2013. We have an update from CNN. Cassie's friend, less than a minute ago, CNN.com. Cassie's friend recounts a 2016 shopping trip. Brianna Bongolin is testifying about a 2016 shopping trip where she went on with Cassie when Cassie was dating Diddy at the time. She said Diddy sent Cassie a list of all the places the two women had been that day, even though neither of them told him where they would be. She said they went back to Cassie's apartment shortly after they got the list. It's like he freaking ruins everything. Like Cassie can't have any fun, any friends, anything. Did you ever call the police about this? She said, no. Why not? She said, I was scared. Did you ever see any injuries on Cassie? Bana said, yeah. She showed me on FaceTime before makeup. Before she put makeup on for the Perfect Match movie, she showed me on FaceTime. What did she say? Bana said she was just quiet. Like she didn't really say much. So remember this right here. There was one time Diddy came in, banged on the door, came in. Don't know how he came in, but he was upset. He threw a knife in Cassie's direction and she threw it back at him and then he left. Were you doing substances? She said, I don't remember. Did you call the cops? No. Why not? I was scared. Did you see injuries on Cassie? Yeah, she showed me the FaceTime. On FaceTime. This was right after the Intercontinental Hotel incident. Is whenever she got the perfect match and all that. Yeah, Pam says, where I come from, cop calling is frowned upon, and that is not surprising to me. Hold on, let me get rid of this AstroTurf account saying 95% DV. Like Michael seems like he needs the FBI called on him because he has problems if he thinks this is okay. Anyway, Pam, exactly. It doesn't surprise me that these people weren't calling the cops. Like, imagine you see your friend, one of your close friends, get into it with their man, and you know she does not want you to call the cops. You're not going to call the cops. Yeah, no, a knife. That is scary. Throwing it. So that's the most recent there. Let's check this out. Washington Post fell asleep or what? Cassie Powell tells jurors, this is New York Post, when Diddy dangled her over a balcony, the woman, Bana, alleges Diddy dangled her off a balcony, and she's beginning to tell her story. Right, I want to know why Diddy was so mad in the first place. I don't remember. Maybe it says it in the lawsuit with what she was so mad. What he was so mad about. Cassie starting to recount for jurors a time in 2016 when Diddy held her over the railing at a 17-story apartment. I was pulled over the 17-story balcony. He threw me onto the balcony furniture. She said the incident left her with a bruise on the back of her leg and caused her to sometimes wake up in the middle of the night with night terrors. We got another update from NBCnews.com. Threw knives at each other, witness testifies. Bongolan testified she witnessed Diddy throw a knife at Cassie during a violent outburst at Cassie's apartment. Bongolan didn't recall the exact year whenever that incident unfolded, but she said it happened in the middle of the night at Cassie's place in LA. Cassie picked up the knife and hurled it back at Diddy, the witness said. Both of their throws missed. Okay. We were at a party at the Blind Dragon. That's a karaoke bar in West Hollywood. That's when we went to Cassie's house to help her pack. I guess that's Nash. Deontay? Yeah, Deontay was there. Puff came. Are you under a subpoena? She says, Bana says, yes. And I'm not going to get in trouble if I'm truthful. So they must be about to get into some of the drugs. Yep. Did Diddy provide you with substances? Yes. One was called G. We get a new substance in the chat, everybody. One is called G. Breaking. New drug mentioned in Diddy trial called G. Now, it's very interesting that it's called G because G is the guy that's still apparently missing and was never heard from again. In the Lil Rod lawsuit, allegedly, according to Lil Rod's lawsuit complaint. Next question. Did Diddy provide you substances? Yes. One was called G. I'm not an avid user. Also, he provided K, which is a horse and large animal tranquilizer. Also 420 and cocaine. How often did you get substances for Cassie? She said often. I would get a certain type of pills. Did she pay you? Yes. She would pay. She would pay me back when I would get the substances for her. Did you ever get drugs for Diddy? Yes, once cocaine. Did you sell any substances to other people? Yes, I did sometimes. Did you try with Cassie to stop doing substances? She said, yeah, we would try to cook, do other things, but there was just a lot of substances around all the time and it was hard to fight the temptation. There's an update here from New York Post. We get more info about that knife incident. 2 minutes ago, Ben Kochman and Priscilla DeGregory, when Diddy once threw a knife, it came pretty close to hitting his one-time girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. This is what Bana testified today to the jurors. She recounted the one time she saw the Bad Boy Records founder get violent toward his longtime on and off girlfriend. The friends were both sleeping at Cassie's apartment when Bongolan woke up to banging and discovered an upset Diddy inside the apartment. He took a knife and pointed it toward Cassie, and then he threw the knife in Cassie's direction. Bana said that it actually came, quote, pretty close to where Cassie was standing, but it didn't strike her. Then Cassie threw it back. Earlier, Bana had noted that this was a volatile relationship. The return also didn't make contact with Diddy, and he left quickly. Bana said she never called the cops because she was scared of Diddy. Has Diddy ever threatened you? She said, yes. Okay, let me show you a photograph from April 2016. Who's in this picture? This is a photographer. He goes by the name Bad Boy with an I. We thought it was cool that that was his name, and we thought that we would make some art. Okay, this guy goes by Bad Boy. Bana thought it was cool and wanted to make some art. So I guess this has something to do with maybe Diddy threatening her. Let me show you a photo. It's a photo of this guy named Bad Boy with an I. Bana thought it was cool that his name was Bad Boy. And she's like, well, we thought we would make some art. It sounds like it's not going to go according to plan for some reason. 2 new updates from Washington Post. 5 minutes ago, the government has called its next witness, Bana, a creative and marketing director who's a close friend of Cassie. She's claimed that an enraged Diddy dangled her off a 17th floor balcony in Cassie's presence, and her testimony has been somewhat anticipated. 4 minutes ago, Wesley Parnell, Washington Post. Brianna Mongolin, aka Bana, is testifying that she became friends with Cassie around 2014 when they designed clothes together at an LA streetwear company. She said she avoided meeting Cassie's boyfriend, Diddy, for over a year because she considered their relationship volatile. At one point, Cassie showed up with a black eye. Earlier today, while the jury was out of the courtroom, prosecutors introduced evidence that included text messages between Diddy and his bodyguard D-Rock, discussing a black eye and an ice pack. The prosecutor suggested it could be the same incident. Lost the thread. Hold on. Okay. Diddy came up close to my face and said, I am the devil and I can unalive you. And then this poor girl starts crying. It's all this devils and ghosts keeps coming up, y'all. Were you taking substances that day? She said, probably cocaine. Did you continue to see Diddy after that? Yes. Why? She said, I don't know. I have no idea. Less than a minute ago, CNN.com, Cassie's friend recalls seeing her with a black eye before movie premiere. Bana said Cassie called her on FaceTime while she was getting ready for the Perfect Match movie premiere. She said Cassie panned the camera across her face, showing a black eye. The movie premiere was just after the 2016 hotel assault, which was captured on video surveillance. During Cassie's testimony earlier in the trial, prosecutors showed the jury a photo of Cassie dressed in a gown and wearing large black sunglasses. Cassie said they were to hide her black eye. Bana said on the stand today that both she and Cassie were quiet on the FaceTime call. I just remember saying, I'm sorry. Bongolin said she also saw bruises on Cassie at other times. This thread is starting to glitch. Did you tell the government about this threat in your first meeting? No. Why not? Objection, Your Honor. Objection, Nicole said. She's not allowed to talk about why she didn't tell the government things. She's not allowed to talk about why she didn't tell stuff to the government. And for some reason, the judge is like, yeah, okay, I guess, true. That doesn't make sense to me. And then did you tell the government about the threat in your first meeting? No. Why didn't you tell the government about a threat? I don't know why she's not allowed to answer this. But the assistant U.S. attorneys are like, okay, we can go to lunch now. So yeah. Okay, y'all. Let me get to some of these. Thanks so much, Pessa, for the $5 super chat. Thanks for shining a light on the criminal activity of the elite. Well, innocent until proven guilty, girl. Advocating for the powerless. Yes. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you, Morgan. Shout out to you becoming a member. Thank you to Carmen for the $4.99. My apologies. Cassie was involved with Young and Restless, but only for a collection called NYLA. I don't know what that is. In 2014, it featured hand-drawn art by Cassie. Cute. Thanks so much for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you to Kathy for the $9.99 pound. Thank you, Jennifer, for the £2 super chat. Only loophole in Monster is the awful. Thank you to Jennifer. Did they ask if he was drunk? Speaks to honesty. I don't know. I think if he comes up on the stand, I'm sure they're going to ask him all kind of stuff. Thank you for the £2. Audie said Diddy called a certain substance GG. Oh, he did. He said that they used to smuggle it in the Ciroc. He was like, some of it was actually substances and it wasn't actually Ciroc. Oh my God, the Frank Lucas movie. I'm going to have to watch American Gangster again. Because I started it last night. I still got like 30 or 40 minutes left. But they were like using military planes in that movie. Just another one of the Audie conspiracy theories maybe turning out to be true, at least that there's a substance called G. She's not allowed to answer because she's not supposed to open an unsuspecting Pandora's box of follow-up questions. But like, if it's definitely going to be asked by the defense, why can't she answer it here? I don't really know like how these rules work, to be honest. If no ST, then what was he importing and exporting? It could be anything, Jennifer. I mean, it could be something bad, but it could be like the clothing company, textiles. It could be importing, exporting from, it was involved in so much stuff. So I could see how that wasn't even necessarily a lie for him to say, but it would be kind of really sinister if he was referring to humans when he said that. Thank you for the £2 super chat. Yeah. I see what y'all are saying in here. They're saying you're going to flip what? Like flip out? Sad that he can pay off cover-ups, but couldn't pay his employees a decent wage. Is that true? Oh, yeah. That's what they, it's G. G is G to the H to the B. And I suspect that I was slipped something like that in West LA. Excuse me, West Hollywood. In West Hollywood, after a Free Britney rally, everything I've read about the symptoms of it adds up. Like, it was almost like feeling like just really, really drunk, really, really fast. And then like my memory started to lapse. But because I'm God's favorite, I got TF out of there safely and nothing bad happened to me other than my shoes and my sunglasses got stole. And maybe my debit card or something. But yeah, no, I had to get out of there. And now I just realized I was right up in the freaking hornet's nest of all these people. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, no, it happened. It did happen. It did happen after a Free Britney rally on the day that she was freed, or the day she spoke. The day she spoke, I think, the Britney Speaks day. It was bad. It was scary. But like, I had enough of my like senses about me to like get an Uber called and get back to my hotel. Okay. And I don't go out anymore like that. Diddy calls himself the devil. Look at this. Warned Cassie's friend he could unalive her. He once came out to the friend of his girlfriend and said that he was the devil and he could unalive her, according to her testimony. She was in Malibu doing a photo shoot on the beach with Cassie in 2016 when Diddy just approached her and threatened her. He came really close to my face and said something along the lines of, I am the devil and I can unalive you. But she said she didn't know why he said that and couldn't tell if he was on substances at the time. I was terrified, she said, admitting she was also on substances. The trial is on pause for lunch, so I want to just read the updates here. Diddy called himself the devil. This is NBCnews.com. One interaction Bana recalled while on the witness stand was a moment in which Diddy allegedly told her something along the lines of, I'm the devil and I can unalive you. She told the court she was terrified. She also testified that she had taken substances. Jury breaks for lunch. They got to be back at 1:05, so they get a 30-minute lunch. This judge is not playing no games with them. He started giving them an hour lunch or a 45-minute lunch. Now he only gives them 30 minutes again. Court is taking a break. Oh, they got to come back at 1. So somebody's saying they're coming back at 1. Somebody's saying they're coming back at 1:05. We got a new update from Washington Post. To recap events before Brianna Bongolan took the stand. Over and over on Wednesday morning, the jury watched 2016 footage from the 6th floor elevator bank at the Intercontinental Hotel when Diddy attacked Cassie. A couple of days after the beating, Cassie paid 3 security staffers working at the hotel for what they believed was the video's only copy. But another security worker at the hotel, Israel Flores, had recorded a copy of the footage. He did this so he could prove to his wife what had happened. He testified earlier in the trial, if I would have told my wife, hey, this is what happened, she wouldn't have believed me, Israel Flores previously said. Now, are they in here still arguing? Yeah, everyone's Twitter is acting up. Okay. Okay, so I guess they took their break. All right, I'm gonna go take my break. I'll be back around 1:05, something like that. And we'll carry on. We'll continue from there. That's all I really had for this one. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation. Neither are opinions, and neither is reading the public record of people from inside the court. Love you, meaning. Okay, bye. See you in the next video in a few minutes.